Hey guys, welcome back to Hendrickson Family Farm. In today's video, well, it's not really video, so I don't know why I gotta do it like that. Today's live, I'm gonna talk about what happened, what happened with today. The reason why we didn't have a video put out like we did, and one of the main reasons is because of the big main computer crashed, and it had all of my information on it, like as far as videos and it had all kinds of stuff. So the last footage that I had recorded, it had it on there that I was going to release for today, and then it crashed, in the middle of Dale's live for the Last Chance Cook-Off. Now there's two people watching. Tiny Tim, how's it going? You're the only one that's commented so far. So yeah, the computer, the main computer, like I was just saying, crashed, and I've been trying to get. I finally got it to come up. I did have to go into the BIOS and manually reload Windows because I do have a backup disk for Windows. But how are you doing today, Tiny Tim? Don't know what I'm doing here. Tommy. Hey, prepping for heaven. How's it going? I just was coming on here. I'm good. How are you? I'd be a lot better if computers would work for me today. It seems like I work on tons of computers all the time, but today it just my really nice computer just decided it was not going to work. So here we are. Well, and the one that I'm on right now, to be fair, is not that it's a nice computer. It's just really, really old. It came out with Windows 7 on it, and there's nothing wrong with Windows 7. I actually like Windows 7 a lot, and Windows 8. But I am going to. I hate Windows 10 for the fact that it makes you have to have an account just to set it up. Hey, Dale said he didn't get a message. Really? I think he's just got. It could be my fault. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that because I don't know how he wants to get on there. So who all came in? Louisiana style, Wanda Louisiana style. Hey, I watched one of your videos just the other day, and gotta share you out. Thank you. Carpenter's Self Reliance. Did you change it again? Because it was just Carp. Now is it Carpenter Self Reliance? Come on. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. Computers. Love to hate them. Hate love relationship with them. I have several of them here that I just. You got it back. Well, that is awesome. How did you manage that, Jerry? Uh, that's awesome news. If you guys don't know Jerry from Carpenter Self Reliance, he's another great channel. He actually now I guess he has 2 channels. Are you going to get rid of the other one again, or are you just going to keep going with both of them, Jerry? Um. So I'm going to set the stage for you guys for Landon. The video that was supposed to come out today, but I lost the footage for. We're out worming all the goats. Well, we got this big buck that Landon went to go grab. Well, it's only got one horn because it was dehorned as a baby, and it's got one that's kind of just growing kind of funky. And Landon reached up there and grabbed that horn, and it threw him all around, which was funny all by itself. But so it's the last goat we had to do, and Landon grabs this dude by the neck. I mean, he's a big goat. He's not as big as that one that we used to have, Moscow, but he's still a big dude. Landon gets a hold of his neck, and he's dragging Landon all around. It's hilarious. I wish I still had the footage to it all. I've looked and looked and looked, and I don't have it. And Landon's getting drugged, and Landon's got his feet down, and he's sliding all over the ground. And I said, Landon, you have to mount that dude and get a hold of him. So Landon, he finally does. He gets him up there, gets on him. He's got his front legs behind his Landon's legs, kind of has him locked into place so he can't move him around. And then Landon, I come over there with the wormer, and I go to stick that wormer in that goat's mouth, and that buck loses its mind. And Landon starts to get pulled and all over the goat pen. It's hilarious. I didn't know if Landon was ever going to get him under control.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I was telling people the footage that I had lost. About Landon getting drugged around by the buck. It was pretty funny. Did you know Jerry Carpenter Self Reliance got his channel back?
I didn't know he lost his channel.
No, so he was over 1,000. He was like 1,200 subscribers. Well, then he restarted a new channel because he lost his other channel, and now he just got it back.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat.
I knew all of a sudden I started seeing Carpenter Self Reliance, and I'm like, I think that's a new channel. But
it was Carp Self Reliance.
Okay, see, I knew Carp.
Yeah, Carp was the new channel. Carpenter Self Reliance was the old channel. Yeah. But anyhow.
Awesome.
So that was a pretty nice little giveaway, other than my computer crashed in the middle of it all, right at the beginning.
It was crazy.
Yeah. That's not what I chose to take away from it, Dale.
Hey, this is your channel. You can say whatever you want on it.
It wasn't fabulous for me.
It was not a good day, let's say that.
Yeah. So we have 5 in here.
Hi, 5.
Tiny Tim's in here. Wanda Louisiana Style. Nana 9 Acres. I don't know who that lady is.
I don't know. She's nutty.
Tommy Stories and Vlogs. Tammy Stories and Vlogs is in here. Timmy, yeah. Prepping for Heaven was, but I don't know if they're still in here.
They're back. They just said hi to me.
Oh. Rebecca, Touched by Yarn.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello. So, Dale, I was wanting to ask you about
Lori. It's Lori at Prepping for Heaven.
Yeah. I just don't like to say everybody's names because sometimes, I get them confused, especially that I'm not over at my desk. If I'm sitting at my desk, I can get it right. Because I have it wrote down.
That's some good advice. It said back up all your videos. You may need them one day. I don't know how to do that, or else I would.
So, funny story was about 3 days ago, I had this harebrained idea that I'm going to back up my whole computer, right? The whole computer. I backed it up, got all Nina's iTunes music off of there, everything. I put it all on a terabyte or 5 terabyte hard drive. But in the last 3 days, I've uploaded quite a bit of video for new content that I have coming up. Didn't back that up.
Didn't back it up, did you?
Not the last 3 days.
My work computer, I used to have a hard drive, an external hard drive that I had hooked into my docking station. Yeah. And it was set to where it would just automatically every day at a certain time back up.
Yeah.
Then my IT department said, what good does it do to have that if you just leave it here? Only do it like once a week and take it with you. I'm like, okay, well, now I forget to hook it up.
Well, that's so do you have a ThinkPad?
Yes.
So which model? Is it the 540, the 520? Like if you open up, it's down in the left corner, right corner. It'll say
T15.
Huh?
T15.
Okay, I'll look and see if I have a docking station for it. Because then you can just have it hooked up to at your house, and then you can back it up that way. So you just every day hook it up.
Well, that's what I use it, and we just those new ones. So we're getting new ones for all of our students, and they have, instead of Intel, you and I talked about it, they got AMD.
Yeah.
On them.
I like the AMDs, the AMD processor, or like the so like this one's the one that I'm on. It's an i5, and this one is an i9. This one is it's my baby.
Well, your baby died.
My baby did die. So
Tiny Tim says he's got to run.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Tiny Tim. Appreciate you.
We got to meet Tiny Tim and Rebecca both at Ozarks Homesteading.
So that brings me to the next thing I was going to ask you about. This Saturday, what time is everything kicking off?
So doors open at like 8 or 8:30, excuse me. And then we're going to start at about 9. And then like every hour we'll have a talk and some questions, and then we'll take a break.
And then for anyone wondering what Waddell and I are talking about, we are talking about the gathering, the
Growing Towards Self-Sufficiency gathering in Fort Scott, Kansas at the Bourbon County Fairgrounds. And there's a lot going on at the Bourbon County Fairgrounds next weekend. So they also have the Pioneer Harvest Fiestas on one half of the fairgrounds, which is all the antique tractors, the antique sawmill, the threshing machines. They're going to have a bull buck out that Saturday night. And then we'll be across the street over with like all the show barns and everything for the gathering.
That'll be, I think it'll be pretty fun to go to. I did talk Nina in. Well, actually, she kind of, because I was just going to go by myself because I didn't know if she had to work or not. So I hadn't planned on a whole lot of her going. And she said that she was just going to take off and try to go up there with me and leave the kids here at the house. Or I say here at the house. My sister lives a mile away.
Yeah.
My kids are old enough. I don't have to really worry about it.
Well, might be party at your house.
Yeah, my kids have been. They know better. I hope. I did. So to be fair, I was kind of so a lot of people don't know this. I did get kicked out when I was 16 years old, and I've lived by myself since I was 16 until me and Nina got together. So I may or may not have been a little bit of a
wild child.
Well, there's a story behind the reason why, and it has to do with my stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a.
We'll stay away from that.
Yeah. So Rebecca said that she will be there.
Her and her brother.
Yep.
Good.
Um,
Gathered together, Glenn and Jess will be taking part in it. Pathways Homestead, Gary and Cindy will both be taking part in it, and presenters. Glenn and Jess will be presenters. Prairie Rose Farmstead will be presenters.
so do you still need? You had mentioned at one time that you were
Still
going to have,
planning on you to be a presenter.
and still the same topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you mind if anyone
No,
knows?
go ahead. No, that's
Um,
all about it. This
Dale
is
had
your-
asked if I would give a talk on maintenance at the homestead farm, just in general. Because Dale and I are both mechanics, fix it guys, DIYers. Dale and I have, had Dale's called me and told me what he's working on, vice versa. Like last night, whenever I had to go into work to go before the live, I called Dale and told him what all I was doing.
And it's so cool.
No, it really wasn't. Annie's Kitchen at Urban Homestead.
Morning, Annette.
Hello. Good morning to you.
I've told this story before, and I'll tell it again. When I started getting into lives and watching people's lives, Annette come in there one, and it was about this time of night. She's like, "Good morning, you all," and I'm like, "Good morning. It's good night." I had no correlation to the fact that this is like worldwide.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then finally she told me she's in Australia, and I'm like, well, yeah, it probably is morning there.
Yeah. So Junior Excavating, Mike, just came in. I've never seen you before. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in. And if you have, and I haven't seen you, I'm sorry, but nice to have you in here. Excavating. What kind of excavating do you do? And do you have your own channel? I love excavating. I am a licensed equipment operator. That's another thing that people don't know.
Like Mitchell, many layers.
So I used to put in tornado shelters. I don't know. So I am going to give the company a little bit of a shameless plug here, but Ground Zero tornado shelters. I worked for those guys, and I ran 19 crews. So we went all over the Southeast, all the way to Florida. I put tornado shelters in everywhere. The one place that I do not like putting tornado shelters in is Missouri. They backfill with gravel. So whenever you dig the shelter in someone's garage, it starts caving in, right? So you have to shore it up almost first, but you don't know how deep the gravel goes. So sometimes you can be doing on something that's 100% backfill, and then everything caves in. The one a shelter I did put in for somebody, it took, or not the one of the worst ones I did, it took 28 yards of concrete to backfill. What's up, Randy?
Way.
Yeah. So it was kind of crazy. Did you guys hear Landon? I guess he's going to get in the shower, and he said his butt crack's hanging out.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hi, Randy. Annette. Yeah, it's 9:42 a.m. Monday morning there.
All excavating, paving, underground. Started recording for my channel. Well, that's cool. Hey, Mike, if you want to, if you send me an email, Josh and Skinner Farms that just came in. We on Saturday we do an interview a channel on it flip flops between our channels. But if you want to, you send Josh and I or one of us an email. We'll have you up and you can tell us about your channel. We'll kind of highlight it. What time is it here?
8:44.
So 12 hours, 11 ahead of us.
Yeah.
An hour ahead of us, but on the opposite of PM or
Yeah.
AM.
You're in California, and it's 6:45 there. So that's a good friend of mine just moved out here from California. I just started working with him. He is the electrician where I work at, and I'm trying to convince him to start a channel because he bought property, and it's going from really urban Southern California to the middle of Oklahoma.
So middle of nowhere, Oklahoma.
And when I say middle, so I live out in the sticks, but this place is out in the boonies. So
It's not the edge of the world, but it's close enough you can see it.
yeah.
Public holiday in Perth, Australia. Queen's birthday public holiday.
Yes, I heard about that.
That's cool.
So you guys have been pumping out the videos, Dale. So that's one thing that has really kind of suffered since. So if you guys
It
don't
has
know,
for us.
a lot of people in the chat know about it, but Dale and I are doing the Last Chance Cook-Off. So if you don't know what it is, just go to one of our channels and you will find information out about it. There's close to 100 channels doing a collaboration together, and Dale and I are the host for it, and it has consumed the last 3. So a lot of people only see this month, but the last 3 months, Dale and I have been hooked up doing this. And
it makes it very hard to film.
Yeah. And then computer crashing on top of it didn't help anything.
No. And actually, I had a similar thing. So what happened to me was I filmed, because I used my phone to film with, and I filmed some things for a video, and I did not realize that my storage was full. My iCloud was full, and it just did away with them.
Yeah.
So I had stuff filmed, but being it cut out 2 of them before I figured it out, I had this big hole.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even use that video.
Well, it's really frustrating to me because me and all 3 kids went out there and we worked the goats, and I got a lot of really good footage of the kids all working together, showing how we do the goats. And what would have made it nice is my back spazzed up. So like I could not move for a good 10 minutes. And the kids just kept going like just goat after
That's
goat
awesome
after
when
goat.
that happens.
So it just shows how much and how dependable kids can be if you don't baby them all the time, right? And it's not to say that my kids are spoiled. They're spoiled rotten. I mean, it's just how it is. But my kids also work hard. Then they appreciate the little things like work, because the goats. I mean, it's about an extra $10,000 a year that we make off of the goats. So,
and when you're talking about farm and the income and budgets on a farm, that's a big chunk of change.
Yeah, and they're tight margins too. Like the wormer that we're using to worm them with, it's 100. Well, so it used to be before we'll just say before 2020, it was about $80 the big bottle. Now the big bottle is about $220 to worm them. So I mean,
and if anybody's been around goats, you know that is a must have to do.
Well, There's a there's a line with my Spanish goats. Some of my Spanish goats that I have, I don't have to worm. Like if I didn't worm them, it wouldn't matter because they're really
They're really tolerant to it. Yes.
yeah. So, but boar goats where that's where the money's at is in your boar goats. They are very susceptible to getting worms.
Yeah. If you
So-
didn't hear, Nana's doing dishes. If you didn't hear her, she said, "Yeah, boar goats are the worst." A lot
Yeah.
of people don't realize we used to raise a lot of boar goats. We were into raising show boar goats for 4-H and FFA.
And one
And-
thing that I'll say that a lot of people don't talk about with goats when you take them to the market. So cattle, hogs, horses, even they're graded. So you got A through C is the grading when you go to the stockyards. So you have your primes, if you will. Your really nice looking, clean headed, nice bodied cattle. They're going to bring your prime money. And then you have the ones right below that and below that, which are your nags and stuff
Yep.
that you don't want to be a part of. They do the same thing in goats, but they don't break it down like that anymore. Or on the goats, they don't break it down like that. So if you take in a bunch of naggy looking goats, you're not going to get the prime dollar. Like in the spring, we got $6.20 a pound on the hoof.
That's awesome.
For some goats. But we have retired show goats, so we have really nice nannies, and then I put a really nice buck on top of them, and we get really really big boned, big body goats, and I put the same buck on my Spanish nannies, and that's one thing that people I think have the misconception of when they're breeding livestock, cattle and goats, and when you have one sire for multiple multiple animals, they'll go out and they'll buy decent goat nannies or cows, right? But then they'll just go buy the cheapest run of the mill buck or bull that they can get, and that's 50% of your herd, of your kid crop or your cattle crop or calf crop, and it absolutely will kill you when it comes down to going back to resale. Dale and I we've all been in ag and around cattle and stuff pretty much our whole life. So that's kind of like one of our all natural grandma.
Reverend Hank Reed, he's who we talked about, prayed for, that was supposed to be part of the Growing Towards Self-Sufficiency gathering. I had an unfortunate accident, broke his leg with Natural Grandma channel. So they do chickens on pasture, cattle on pasture.
And they have those coops. So
and they have the Natural Grandma coops.
So what's pretty neat about Natural Grandma, because you remember the Oklahoma Okie Expo?
The Okie Homesteading Expo, yeah.
So I was working the gate, and she pulled up, and she was wanting to park close. Well, since she was a vendor, she didn't have I had to let them park close, but I just told them how they could get closer to where their semi was at, where they had all of their the big aluminum. Those things are not. Have you seen those in person?
Oh yeah, we've seen them at Ozark Homesteading.
I wish I could afford to buy one, because I would have one, because Nina's wanting to get into raising the pasture chickens next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I would buy one of those and not think twice about it. But they're pretty pricey. They're not terrible. They're not like break the bank, but I think they would have.
Oh, I mean, they are a nice piece of equipment, and they are, with the price of aluminum and the workmanship in it.
Yeah.
And
the repairable. That's another thing that people don't take into consideration, is that they are repairable.
There's water on the bottom of the pan.
I didn't know what was going on. There's like all kinds of noise going on in the kitchen. Nana's cooking something on the stove, and it's like
there's water on the bottom of the pan.
Water on the bottom of the pan.
But yeah, and that's something that is going to be in one of the conversations that I do have in the deal is I think it's important to buy quality things that are repairable
I
versus
agree.
5 cheap things and you have more money in the one thing that you could have been repairable. So
I think, and I also think that a lot of people at the homestead, and I know this is probably going to be part of your talk. Hello, what the flock?
what the fuck?
Anyway, is a lot of people think about just buying something new instead of something that is used. You can
Mhm.
purchase for a lower price that you may have to do some repair on. But if you do a little bit of repair work and
Well,
know how to do it yourself, can actually be,
yeah,
beneficial.
yeah, and that one thing that I've found with a lot of people because I do run a mower repair. Like I go out and not just mowers. Like I was working on a combine one time. Dale and I were talking. I
Yeah.
was rebuilding the head on the combine. Uh, so I have that mobile repair service that I kind of run in the summertime, and especially during harvest. Um, but people are more afraid to work on stuff than they are.
Not
Well,
able to.
well,
You
yeah,
know,
because
I don't know how
anyone
many
can do it.
people, I'll go there because I kind of do the same thing. I do some mobile repair and actually some repair at the house when I haven't been so busy. And there'll be people that, like, I'll be there fixing something and they can tell me what needs to be done or fix it,
Yeah.
but they just don't want to take the time to do it.
Well, like especially like weed eaters, chainsaws, and whatnot. People are they don't know how to rebuild a carburetor. Well, honestly, I can rebuild a carburetor. I know Dale can, but you can get on Amazon now and you can buy a carburetor cheaper than what the rebuild kits
Oh,
are.
yeah.
So
That's Rooster, my youngest son. Um, he went to work for this lumber yard to be like the guy that helps load out lumber and all the kind of stuff. And when he got there, they found out that he what I did and what he'd done with me, and they're like, "Well, we'd like for you to help in the saw and weed eater shop." They sold steel equipment. Well, that's what he says all the time. You know, he's like, people bring in a chainsaw and it needed a carburetor, or they're like, well, the carburetor needs to be overhauled. Well, you could buy the brand new carburetor for $19.
yeah,
The kit costs like 21, plus you had to pay labor on top of it.
yeah.
And like he said, he goes, why didn't they just order a $19 carburetor? It literally is 2 nuts and
Well,
switch the hoses and away, because it's made where you can't adjust it. It's already pre-adjusted, but
See, that'd be a pretty expensive service called the California.
the California,
Yeah.
But I'll tell you,
I've done some work in California. When I did the hydro testing, and I'm not a like I don't go to Walmart because I don't like crowds of people, right? So California is a tough one for me because
not my
especially
kind of place.
no, I mean nothing against the people that live there. It's just not for me. So my boy went to trade show.
$3.50 an hour. Maybe we are interested in making a trip.
Well, that's for sure.
Holy moly, man!
So I was a heavy equipment mechanic for 10 years. I worked for all the big rental stores. Well, they're actually now since gone. Yeah, it's Tony. He's coming.
Hi, Tony.
But so like Tony, how mechanically inclined are you? That looks like a hard no.
I can change oil. I can change fluids. I could change what I need to.
Yeah, but to me, that's like something so many people, they'll go and pay somebody like $75 to $80 to change the oil in their car. It's like $20 to $30, you know.
And
Go get a filter and oil and do it yourself, you know.
Well, so a friend of mine had bought a brand new Power Stroke, and nothing against the Power Stroke. I'm actually a Ford person personally. I do drive a Cummins, a Dodge Cummins.
There's a
It's a
reason
good
for
truck.
that.
Huh?
It's because it has a Cummins in it, right?
Well, no, that's not why. I like the Power Stroke. Let me rephrase that. I liked the International Power Stroke. The new one.
I like a 6.7. It's a mean son of a gun.
The new ones are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see. That's what my buddy Jerry just bought. He took it in for an oil change and stuff, and it was $900.
I've heard that. It's like, go get oil and a filter, man.
So, I mean, that's just crazy. Like, I changed the oil and the fuel filters and stuff in my truck the other day, and I think I had $57 in all of it.
Yeah.
And he's gone. Yeah, his internet's not real great today.
It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle all the way around today.
Yeah.
Mitchell's big bad supercomputer crashed. Tony's internet's been bad. My internet's been bad. It's just one of those days.
It may be, Josh.
It may be, Josh. I know, like, the oil change shop, you know, a town over from us was kind of that way.
Yeah.
My dad could go get the oil changed on his Toyota pickup, and they charged him like $27. And by the time he went and bought the stuff, it was like $35. So it kind of made sense for him to do it. But
well, especially on gassers, it is cheaper. But what was so expensive on his, to answer Jerry's question, was he had the fuel filters changed on it, and they charged $350 to change the fuel filters.
You got to be kidding.
Hello,
Tony.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Internet Struggle Bus. May I direct you in a direction that's not a direction, but there's your direction.
Is it better if you don't have your video up?
It's better if I'm on my phone and not on the computer. Because you know that whole baling wire and milk jug thing? I understand you 100%. And Mr. Blow Up My Computer sits there and laughs.
Hey, but I'm on a refurbished 15-year-old computer that's working like a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't even talk.
I mean, other than I can't hook my external monitors to it, which, to be fair, whenever I did get this one to work before Tony's live or before Dale's live, I finally got the external monitors to work, and then I overheated it.
Yeah, that seems to be an issue you might want to deal with.
Well, my wife asked me this morning whenever it happened. She's like, "So are you going to go buy a new laptop today?" I was like, "No, I can't afford another laptop like this one."
That's the problem. It's just like cars. The more advanced we get, the cheaper the product is.
Well, so you can. No, it's easy. It's easy for me to sit here and tell Dale and tell you what kind of computer you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I run a lot of extra stuff on my computers that you guys don't. So I need.
You haven't met my daughter yet, have you?
Well, I mean, I write a lot of codes, and like I do C++, JavaScript. I mean, and then I do a lot of Ubuntu and stuff like that. So I have
Yes.
multiple containers, so multiple computers inside of this one computer.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry. Catch y'all next time.
Oh, I just seen his chat. Sorry. Bye. What was up with him? Was he like hiding out for a while because he wasn't out on the scene like he used to be?
No, they just got his channel back.
How did he lose it?
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know.
curious of.
What?
I
What,
think
Dale?
I was curious of the same thing.
Oh, okay.
so. I think he got like I don't know if hacked is a good word for it, but something happened,
Oh,
and then he started that carp self-reliance.
right.
And then he just said today when he came in, because I seen it, and that's what made me think of it, was he got it, and I asked him, and he got it back.
Got it.
$6.50 a gallon for diesel right now. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Where's it $6.50 a gallon at?
Cali,
Oh, in California. Yeah, it's not that high here.
Little Wendy's Daydreaming. Hi, how are you? I've never heard that channel name before
I
either.
haven't either. Thanks for coming in. So what was Jerry saying? Cheap cattle ain't good. Good cattle ain't cheap. That's my grandpa. That was his coming to Jesus conversation. I swear to goodness, that's what he would say before he started a deep-hearted conversation with you.
A coming to Jesus conversation started with that line.
Yeah, because that made you realize that he wasn't talking about. So that metaphor can be taken in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So if any subject that you want to talk about, doing something cheap ain't good, but doing something good ain't cheap. So,
Yep. And it's so true. I agree. So what's the topic discussion tonight, my friends?
well, we were just
Besides how mechanical I am and am not.
well, no, that was part of the.
That was
topic
not a dig at you, Tony, at all.
No,
No,
I didn't take it that way. I didn't.
So my second channel is Arts and Craft channel. Okay, that's neat.
Cool. 6 Acres Farm and Rescue. Oh, okay. Hi, Wendy.
I was going to say I already knew that, but I was waiting to see if she'd say anything or not.
Okay. By the way,
that is Linda.
Linda. Yeah, Linda. Didn't she win something tonight on the last channel?
I will confirm or deny that for you momentarily, but I do believe you are correct.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hey, Rhonda. Calorie.
Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Oh, what?
So you know that song Amanda?
Better watch out. You might get a copyright infringement notice.
You can't for singing it yourself. You can only do it for actual live music playing.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Because then you're not. It's what I can't remember the term for it.
Actually, yeah. So I asked Stephen and Casey from Boots and Bounty one time because they like have 3 to 4 hour lives with the, music playing while they're dancing,
right.
And I'm like,
cover,
not get copyright striked all the time, and they're like, it's a cover band.
Yeah.
So if I go out and get a Beach Boys song that's sung by a certain Dale from 9 Acre Farms, I can't get copyright infringement.
That's what they claim.
Interesting. So to answer your question specifically, yes, Linda won a crack barbecue sauce tonight.
Crack? What?
But we already have her address, so she's cool.
So, hi, humans.
Hi, humans.
Well, hi, Nicole.
So
it always cracks me up. Everybody's like, who's Nicole? And Al's always like, that's my wife.
Yeah.
It's the wifey.
Every
Hi,
time I
Blue.
see, hey Blue, you're up a little early.
It's Blue
It's
self-reliant.
super early for you,
Well, she probably has her notifications turned on for me, not you.
or super late.
I can't believe you just said that. He didn't even hear you.
Hey, you can email or you can send her the link if you want. Crazy bird.
I would love to send her the link, but somebody just sends me pictures nowadays. He gets so lazy, he doesn't even type it in or copy it anymore.
Who's Crazy Bird? I had this first time I've seen them too.
Shared you out too.
Awesome. Hey,
Nice to meet you.
Hey, who all's a moderator except Josh? Is Blue a moderator? I can't see.
No. Me, Skinner, and I know you have another one, but they're not in here, and I can't remember who it is.
I don't know if I
Is
am
it
or
Wendy
not.
and Dale?
Wendy is and Cindy is, but she's not in here. Jen.
Look at all these
Jen.
wonderful people you have coming in your chat.
Hi, Josh is wanting to know, has anyone won his prize back yet?
It's not till the next week, right?
I will let him know that as well. I didn't come on here to be an information man.
Yeah.
I came on here to. I got to take the camera off so you can see this because I came here to de-stress.
Unwind.
Yes. Now we're talking. Shots. Oh, what?
So every time I see a Good Times Homestead, I want to say Jen in Danger, like her old name used to
Anger,
be.
Jennifer Anger.
Anger rhymes with danger.
So Josh is set to go with the collaborators.
Right.
That's right, Josh.
Is that mine?
That'll be on the 2nd.
Look, someone
David
comes over here.
Jones.
Mac and cheese and
She's got
Oh,
Nuggies
I'm
and mac
coming
and
to your
cheese.
house.
Sets it
So
down next to me, and I said, "Is that mine?" No,
No, that's hers.
that's right.
Do y'all know
Wanna Wander. No.
one? No. I kind of want to now.
So Patty's in making. We're having mozzarella sticks, jalapeno cream cheese poppers, and chicken pot pie bites. That's what we're having for dinner.
You had me till you said the chicken pot pie.
Yeah,
So-
well, you can go. You can go
What?
on. Me and Dale will talk about it. It's fine.
So there's a reason why. So chicken pot pie and oatmeal are the two things that I will not eat. And there's a reason. It's not that I didn't like them as a child, but I ate oatmeal all the time because we were poor. So oatmeal's cheap. And pot
I
pies,
still am poor. So where does that put me?
no, I'm not saying I'm not knocking anybody, but I'm saying that it's just one of those foods that now that I'm an adult and I buy my own food, I'm not buying pot pies for myself.
So I made the comment, Daz, dropped the video with the pea soup. We don't like peas. Lisa doesn't like peas. I don't like peas. We don't eat peas. My kids never ate
Thanks,
peas
Craig.
growing up because
Oh.
we would not ever cook it. So
Another one is hominy. Hominy. And what's bad is I like grits.
Numalicious. I will eat that up till it's going gone.
I like grits, but I don't like hominy out of a can. Boy, I tell you what, I will not eat it.
Did you just hear what Nana 9 Acres just said
Nope.
about hominy? That's an
No.
old people food.
It is, But my stepdad loved
That is
it
twice tonight she has knocked me in the ground. What is going on here?
with bacon.
I still love you, Tony.
But we never. So,
Oh.
Crazy Bird, we never had it with bacon. My stepdad would open it up out of the can with whatever food my mom made for that day, and warm it up for just a second. And here you go.
Why is Dale's picture interverting into yours on my screen?
I don't. It looks like his on mine.
That is some weird. Thank you. Whatever you did to fix it, thank you.
I don't know.
That was weird.
Rhonda Tyree, weren't you in here a minute ago? I thought.
Yeah, she was in here.
Well, she just said hello again. But yeah, so Nicole, it's fried over gravy. What are you talking about, Josh?
Not fried over, fried and covered.
Talking
in
about chicken
gravy.
fried steak.
Chicken
Nicole
fried
asked,
steak.
Oh
what in
yeah,
the world is chicken fried steak? It's
chicken fried steak is the
the
Food of
bomb
gods.
diggity. So it is.
with fried okra.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, no.
It'll make your baby
Mashed
be born naked. I tell you what.
Corn,
ruin
white
don't
gravy.
one of my favorite foods and throw okra in it.
Oh, you shut your mouth, Tony.
You will eat hominy, but not fried okra.
Put on.
He's gone.
Oh, he'll be back. No okra with what? So, Crazy Bird, just curious, what state are you located in? And that'll tell me why you don't like okra.
But
Come
chicken
on,
fried
Tony.
steak for Nicole is so you take beef steak and you bread it with chicken breading, like fried chicken, and fry it, and it is it's like heaven.
And you can have a chicken fried chicken,
That's good.
mashed potatoes, white gravy. Oh, yeah. Washington. Oh, you're right up there with Tony. Is Tony not coming back?
I don't know. Where did he go?
He's gone. He'll be back.
He gone.
So you guys, just so everybody knows, Tony, Dale, and I are pretty good friends, and we give each other a pretty hard time. Never had okra. What? Never had hominy either. Well, you're not missing anything with hominy, I tell you what.
I like hominy now.
But someone has to.
Lisa hates hominy. I like it. It's kind of one of them things that I'm kind of like you. I grew up with it, and I like it. What I cannot, and I eat it. Don't get me wrong, is grits, but I just really can't get into it.
Oh, you guys are killing me here.
grits are good.
Hominy. Annette's asking, what is hominy? Hominy is basically the whole corn nugget soaked until it blows up and it gets soft.
Back in the early days,
It's kinda
hominy
hard.
was corn kernels that were soaked in lye, which made them
Yeah.
explode.
Mm.
And it's
But-
the lye is all. It's like black-eyed peas. I'll eat black-eyed peas.
I like listening to Black Eyed Peas.
Me too.
So hang on a second.
Because Tony likes to jam out to my humps. My humps.
My hump, my hump, my hump. You do know me better than I thought you did, Dale.
Never had chicken. I can't believe all these people has never had
I know.
chicken fried steak.
You're missing out.
Oh,
You don't know
Linda
what's good
is so
for you.
correct. Cheese grits is the bomb. And then I take it one step further. I throw a hard boil or a fried egg on top of it. Oh, that is so good.
On grits?
On grits.
Yeah.
Molly of praying.
Yeah, over easy with some Tabasco sauce. Mm. Mm.
Blue. I always talk about my lady humps.
I'm from Massachusetts. So I've been to Boston. We actually took a ferry from Long Island to I don't know what town in where I don't know. I don't remember the name of the town, but it was they eat a lot more seafood than we do here, but it's fresh and it's really good. Like my kids love Red Lobster here in this part of the country, but it is
Like
nothing.
Red Lobster or the restaurant Red Lobster.
The restaurant.
Oh,
And-
where they're
and-
getting shipped in from Japan. Yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. So, and I've told them, I was like, guys, we got to go back east or up to the north coast, like Pacific North, and we'll eat some real seafood.
Well, yeah, because if they like that, they should love the real stuff.
Oh yeah, like Landon. Landon is a
Just
seafood.
fan it should get it.
That's kind of like I ate fishing. I had a student in Maine, so I went to Maine, and I ate fish and chips in Boston at the place I was staying, and I'm like, it's just fried fish and French fries when I first ordered it,
Your smoke alarm going off, Tony?
Yes, sir, it is. Thank you for noticing.
Well, it's pretty noticeable.
I love it. It's the most irritating thing in my house, but I love it because if I am sleeping, I will hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, when they brought me that fish and chips, I'm like, this is amazing.
That's cool.
Wonder how y'all got bread.
Funny.
So one place that I would like to go back to is Maine.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it up there. And oddly enough, the one state that I would probably never go back to again, at least the southern part of it, is New York. Just because and I hate to say it like this because people are
I'm going to go take care of that. I'll be right back.
Okay. And some people might take it the wrong way, but when you go into New York, like the city, you go over the bridges, right? And there's all the trash barges lining up down the river, and all you smell is like going by a landfill, and it just did not strike New York to me, But upstate New York was beautiful because there's a lot of Amish communities up there. So I did send
Rhonda, you are exactly right. Seafood not reliable or available in the Midwest.
No, not at all. I sent Josh the link because he said he'd come up too. It says there's 13 people in here. Alarm going off, Tony. The food's done before the alarm goes off.
I
Tony.
love that comment from John. The food's done before the alarm goes off.
I'll leave that up for him so when he comes back he can see it.
But sorry, I'm eating in front of everyone.
Yeah. So the kids made spaghetti for dinner while I was on that live earlier. So prepping for heaven said something else too that I was going to say or talk about, but I don't remember what it was.
Did you actually send Josh the link?
Yeah.
Not the picture screenshot like you did me?
Well, I sent him both ways now.
If you take it, Josh, and email it to the email on your laptop, then you can pull it up that way. That's what I have to do.
Oh, you
Rhonda
get-
said she would love to go back to Germany and see
Oh.
her cousin.
Germany is. I love Germany. That's my mother-in-law's there right now, actually visiting her mom and all of her family over there. My mother-in-law. So Josh, what you can also do, that picture in your where you type in www whatever you want to go to, if you just type it in exactly like the picture shows, it'll take you to the link.
That's what I did.
Yeah. So my wife's family is from around Lauterbach area. So Wallenrod is actually the name of the little town that they're from. And it's cool. I enjoyed it over in Germany. And then we went down south by Bavaria and seen the Swanstein castles, New Swanstein, Old Swanstein. And then we
So
seen
was
some,
the food any good?
oh, dude. So you know what's crazy is I actually lost weight while I was over there, and I ate a lot. But there's not preservatives and stuff in the food like what we have here, like the
You mean
potato
like chicken
chips and
nugget?
everything, or just yeah. So like, and what's crazy is the food on the way over there was horrible, but on the ride back we had German food coming back, and it was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
We so like my family is extremely German, but we don't eat German food.
Well, so
Like I've never been exposed to it, so I don't know. You know,
So Nina and I actually talked about opening a food truck, a German food truck, for a while, and I could never. So Nina is one of those people that's really hard to talk into doing something. So you and cookies.
you're a dirty dog.
Mhm.
I'm actually trying to talk her into French Canadian. Most of my family's Native American.
Where's your tribe come from?
Alabama, technically, originally. Well, so I have 3 Indian cards. So I have Creek, Cherokee, and then Blackfoot.
Okay. Mine's
The-
Chippewa, comes from North. You just said the name. I can't even think of it now. Canadian, French Canadian.
So yeah, so like a lot of my people come from around Alabama area.
Anybody is welcome to one. It's just a snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodles are one of my favorite cookies, so don't put that in my face.
Mm,
So
there you go.
I thought I
Figure
clicked
it
on that
out.
a second. So I actually was in a live the other day, and I guess I did not realize it's not politically correct to say Indian, but
Yeah,
I
what's
live-
up with that? I was in that live and I'm like, what?
I don't know where it really comes from because I live in
And-
Oklahoma, which if you people do not realize, Oklahoma is where they shipped all the Indians to pretty much.
Yeah.
We still say Indian down here.
Hmm.
I'm going to the Indian, so it's the Indian clinic.
Yeah.
The Indian clinic is where I'm going Tuesday.
Everybody around here says I'm going to the Indians, which implies the smoke shop.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
it's like a Canadian thing. So I was watching. I kind of got in all of a sudden, like in Lost, watching Letterkenny the last couple days,
Mhm.
and now they actually mentioned it on that TV show. What kind of insensitive, un-PC person says Indian instead of native? I'm like, because all my
Maybe
Indian
because-
friends call themselves Indian.
Yeah.
That's why I say that.
To me, it's like the other word I won't say when
I
it's
know.
too of them, it's okay. But when it's somebody else, then there's a problem. It's like, wait a second, you're having a conversation right next to me. What do you mean this is different? Why is it different?
Well, but I don't even know if it's the same as that because
It's
around
not,
here,
but yeah, I get you.
yeah,
I
Indians.
look at it this way. Here's the honesty of it. To call somebody white is okay, but you can't call somebody else Indian, black, brown, yeah, whatever word you want to use. I don't even care what it is. It doesn't matter. Okay. Why is it offensive to use it in one way, but it's not when it's done in the other way? That's where I have a problem.
I don't know what I find funny. So, Rhonda Towery, more people say American Indians, never natives. So actually, around here, you
Around
hear
here we do.
Indians, you hear Indian, and you hear natives. You don't ever hear Native Americans.
Not usually, not unless you're filling out a piece of paper. That's the only time you hear it
Yeah.
around here.
An application. Are you Native American? Yeah. Because
But Blue is correct, because that's how I've gotten to a point, because anytime I would say Indian around people, they'd be like, well, India where? And so now I'm at the point where I'll say East Indian, implying natives, or West Indians or East Indians, you know.
Okay. So I get that argument, but I live in Indian country.
Mhm.
Like, so when you hear Indian in Oklahoma, the last kind of Indian you're thinking of is India Indians.
Well, yeah.
So in bigger, maybe other states where you don't have the five main tribes in the country here,
Right.
you wouldn't probably hear that. But in Oklahoma, you don't.
Whoa!
Hey,
What just popped up on the screen?
What's happening, fellas?
oh, just living the dream.
Whose dream is it? Hi, Dale.
So yeah,
Living the dream. Is that what we're calling this?
yeah.
Mine's a nightmare.
Nightmares are still
Sorry.
dreams.
They are dreams, yes.
Yeah.
So
So
how
if you
you
just-
doing, Josh?
Fat and
Yeah.
sassy. Tony, how about you?
Do about the same. Thank you.
Long time no see, Josh.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I slept in. I got a really bad headache right now. I slept in because I was at work until 3 something. I got home at 3-ish. My grandmother and father was born in Indian Territory in Oklahoma. I was too. No, I'm not taking it away from you. I promise. It's just when people, yeah. So they redid that. Did anyone see that? I don't know if I get a newsletter from the Creek Nation and the Cherokee Nation every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So they were in a big battle because one of the casinos in Tulsa, something happened, and it was 2 tribal members. Even though it was on tribal property, you're supposed to be tried through tribal nation. Well, something happened. They weren't. I don't know. Don't really want to get into the whole thing, but they took it all the way to the Supreme Court, and they pretty much redivided Oklahoma.
Wow.
And it hasn't all really gone into effect yet.
Really?
Yeah, so it's pretty much straight down the middle. You take Payne County out of it, and then it kind of shoots off back towards the southwest.
This is for you, Dale.
What?
This is for you.
Awesome.
So, Josh, how was your meetup that you went to?
That was a blast.
Did you meet any new
It
people?
looked like it was.
Did you see the?
Oh, is that
yoga
the Pine
down
Cone one?
there?
No, it was
No.
the Kentucky meetup.
Oh, the Kentucky one. Okay.
That Yogi Cowboy showed up down there. I got his hat.
Yeah, looked like you got some more than his hat. Aussie Lander info. Good day. Good day. Good day, mate.
Hey,
Hey, Larkin Jack.
I got those ones out and cooling. Now I gotta get the rest of them cooking.
So yeah, we're not going to get into that subject. That's a deep subject.
Well,
What?
That was it. Tony's the one that got it.
deep subject for such a shallow mind.
Yeah.
oh,
milk to you.
wow. Okay.
So do you guys see a lot of Radio Jonesy?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Later in the evening, not later, but like more evening to later is when I see him. What's that big grin on your face for?
Landon was walking by flexing.
Oh,
He's got his little six-pack showing.
enjoy it while you can, because trust us, it'll change.
It goes away.
Chocolate milk is better. Drink chocolate milk. It's good for you.
Hey, did you know chocolate milk comes from brown cows?
That's what
I
I
thought
heard.
it came from the chocolate milk people.
No, brown cows.
I
My
actually
ex-wife
just
had a
made it
cousin
up
that actually
myself.
believed that.
Your
I took
ex-wife,
cocoa
what?
powder,
Got a cousin that actually believed
cocoa
that.
powder, some
Oh, wow.
Splenda, a little bit of warm water,
Good thing she's
mixed it
pretty.
up, and then I added my milk to it.
Right?
Josh, that sounds like Jessica Simpson in Buffalo Wings.
Yeah. Good thing she's pretty.
So, you know how you were talking earlier, Dale, that you never really not that you didn't understand it, but it didn't really hit you that you're talking to someone on the other side of the world, right? Well, I was on the live and Radio Jonesy was up on panel, and me and him were sitting there talking because it was only me and him for a while, and Nina walks around the corner and she's like, "Who are you talking to?" I was like, "Jonesy." She's like, "Where's he from?" I was like, "Australia." And she's like, "Does he live in Australia?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "How are you talking to him?" I was like, "The internet, Nina. The internet. You can do anything across the world."
It's this amazing
funny.
thing called the internet.
It was a lot of fun. Hey, you guys talk for a second. I am going to go grab Tylenol and a bottle of water.
Okay.
That's we enjoy talking to Blue, who's in the UK, and she's from Australia, but
Yeah.
it's a good interaction. Yeah.
But
So what's new, Josh? You're not saying much.
Who can get a word in with Mitchell running his mouth constantly?
I love that. That's great.
Not much, buddy. I just got my video coming out tomorrow, and
Are you all ready?
yeah.
whoa, that's like pretty. It's all pixely.
What are you looking at?
Your video was like all pixely, and it was cool.
I was
Maybe-
on when
Maybe my
Tony
chocolate
came back
milk
with
has
his
more than
say.
chocolate milk in it.
What'd you say, Josh?
what did you see the comment on the left that Mitchell had pinned for you?
Oh, Lordy.
No,
Oh, you already took it down when he got to come back.
Must have.
Mitchell's
I
got.
I clicked on another comment.
Are you talking smack about me when I'm not around? Is that what you're doing?
Josh did. It was pretty funny. So, did you know that that Walmart makes eggs too? You know, they don't come from chickens.
What?
That was another conversation I was in the other day.
What?
You need to really change who you hang out with.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't have a choice in this one.
And why, pray tell, would you not have a choice to stay in a conversation?
It was so my wife. She was so I think I've told kind of told this story before. My wife, she was actually kind of proud of me that I didn't pick on the people. So we were at my in-laws, and my brother-in-law brought his girlfriend over, and she would not eat fresh eggs because they came from chickens when you could just go to Walmart and buy them. And
Oh
they
my.
and they don't come from chickens. And I just looked at her, and I was like,
Okay, that's
and then-
the same person I would love to have the conversation of where do you think your ground beef comes from?
My
well,
brother-in-law is the same way. He will not
Really?
eat my farm fresh eggs.
so I hollered for my brother-in-law. I hollered for him, and I said, buddy, I think you got some explaining to do because I don't feel like it today.
Yeah,
I
he came over one time.
not to be like on one upper, but I can add to that story. We went to a meeting for another farmer's market in a larger town by us. All these old people they like run it, you know. And so they go around the room and they ask all of us new people what we plan on bringing to the farmer's market. And I said, well, we do, fresh sourdough bread. I said, we do pasture raised chicken and we do farm fresh eggs. And this old guy that's like in charge and has been for like 30 years sitting in front of me goes, who would eat an egg from a chicken off of a farm? That was his exact words.
This is the guy running the show?
This is the guy running the farmer's market. Needless to say, we have not been there.
Yeah.
That's making my head hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was all I could do to reserve myself not to come on court.
Blue brings up a good point. She used to teach kids that didn't know vegetables were plants and what they looked like outside. She had also told a conversation where mother had been feeding her child, toddler or younger, McDonald's blended up meals because that's all she knew how to cook. She's not even cooking it, but that's
so. Some friends of ours that are homesteaders took in this family that were down on their luck, and they milk their own cow. They have their own eggs. They butcher their own animals themselves. Everything. The mother and father would not let their kids eat any of that, but would go buy like sugar cereal, stuff like that to feed them because their parents had convinced them that all that stuff coming fresh from the farm was bad for you and would kill you. That milk straight from a cow would kill you.
interesting.
You know what the problem is with stupid people?
you can't fix
They don't know they're
stupid.
stupid.
There is some reality.
Yeah.
Blue just made another comment. It's that if that's all they know, though, that's all you know until someone teaches you different. I get that part of it. My problem is, and I'm not really trying to talk down about that person specifically, but just in general, you got to know that kids eat more than just blended McDonald's stuff. I mean, do you come out from under a rock is my question. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm literally trying to search in my brain why you don't pick that up somewhere along the way. But
I don't even like McDonald's.
if it's never there, huh?
I don't even like McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
I don't
My
either.
kids love it, but ugh.
So my problem is when somebody tells me something's a fact, right?
Oh
and it
Lord.
may be the absolute, gospel, right? I have this inquisitive part of my brain that wants to know why. Right? So you can sit and tell me something until you're blue in the face, and I'm not going to argue with you, but I will go look it up, right? So if you tell me that McDonald's is the healthiest thing there is, it's like, well, okay. But I'm going to go look it up whenever we're done having this conversation, just because
Yeah.
I got to know for sure.
Well, usually if somebody's sitting there saying, I know for a fact, they don't usually know.
No.
Now, that's not to say everybody. I'm just saying the general population. I don't know. I just came to a conclusion you can't fix stupid. So,
Well, you can lead a horse to water.
but you can't make him drink it. That's all you have to say. We don't need your little interjection there, because we all know what it is.
Tony got on to me last time I said it, guys, so I won't
Yeah.
say it.
Thank you.
Those chicken wings are gonna come.
It's only
And I know exactly what Blue's saying there. The inner city kids, they're so soaked in fast food culture and advertising. And exactly right. Like, the only way that these kids are getting scoreboards for their games and everything is if they have some soda company or something like that. So then that's the only thing they can drink in the whole building. That's it. It has to be that drink.
well. I think there's a
They've actually come out with laws now to fight things like that.
yeah. So there's a huge problem with, and I'm not going to say it's the school's fault, because I don't believe 100% that it is the school's fault for teaching kids this. Because there should be some responsibility left to the parent, right?
There should be.
But in a lot of cases, people don't. They don't teach their kids right and wrong, or how to cook for themselves, or stuff like that. They're so reliant on someone else doing it for them, and I think, and a lot of it too is in the inner cities. Most of their parents are working 2 jobs, and maybe they don't have both parents in their home, and so there are some other problems with it. I think, but I think it could be. I do think there is a remedy for it, but I think you kind of got to get back to your. Hello, Leanne. I think you have to kind of get back to
Hey, Leanne.
the older way of thinking, and I'm not going to say like more of your older values of stuff like that, because that's a subject for another conversation. But I think more so of, where does my food come from? How do I get the food? And things like that. And I think parents need to play a bigger role in what their kids know. Like, I was talking to a kid the other day, and I asked him what year the United States was founded, right? To me, that's not a difficult question, because it's something that I learned in school. Or what country is the Mount Rushmore in? What country is Mount Rushmore in?
Not what state, what country?
No, country. And they couldn't answer me. No, that was a question. It was like one of those. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? And you know how many kids and young adults can't answer these questions?
What about the fact that, like, they go down the street in a highly populated area and they ask each person, who's the current president? And they're like 3 presidents behind. How does that work?
Well,
how can you live in today's society and you don't have a clue who's even in charge of the country? I don't get it.
I don't know. It's not, like I said, it's not, the parents have to play a bigger role. Like, because you're not in school during 4th of July in the United States. No, there's hardly any kids that are. So it's my responsibility to teach my kids about why we are celebrating the 4th of July. It's not just to go out and have a big fireworks deal. What's the purpose of it? So I think, and my kids know it because I do think it's important for them to know.
I do too.
That kind of stuff.
Hey, Mitchell, do you have one of these?
Yeah. Sure do.
I got one.
Right.
I want it, and I picked the pink one.
I want both of them.
Somebody fell asleep.
I got the orange one too.
Oh
This
yeah.
is the
Those are
original.
cool.
So
Well, and Blue makes a good point, talking about the 80s was where a lot of that misinformation about, fast food and stuff like that. Let's not look over the fact that in the 80s is also when they started pushing all this propaganda that eggs were bad for you, that beef was bad for you,
tomatoes.
that, milk was bad for you. All the good fats that actually keep your cholesterol from going bad, all that they pushed out was bad
What?
for you.
I agree with you. And smoking was okay, right?
Yeah.
So I agree with you. And somebody was saying, so there's an adage, an old adage. Hard times make for strong men. Strong times make for weak men, and it goes on and on. But it's true. It's a huge cycle that we're in, and you can see it some in your families a lot. Like you can see it in my families. Like my grandpa was a very successful man. Both sides of the family, but it did not continue because the spoiledness of it. So then it restarted the cycle, and then I was the first one on both sides of the family to go to college. And you can see my kids don't have to do some of the stuff that I had to do growing up. And in a way, I'm kind of glad that they don't. But at the same time, I don't think they appreciate things the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And Leanne has a perfect point. They used to say that cow manure will make electricity one day, and now the current president says cows destroy the ozone.
Well, that's a
not to make this political, but I mean that's just,
and it's not just him. That's the bad thing. And who knows? And I'm playing devil's advocate here a little bit, but you got to think at the same time he's trying to get votes. So, and there's a lot of people that think that. So, is he playing to their notion? And I'm not defending. Let's just change the subject because I don't want to get in a. I don't want to get in a.
Let's just leave that alone.
I'm pretty sure that everybody up here has the same opinion as I do, and we'll just leave it alone.
I'm not going to say yeah until I know what you're talking about.
We're letting
Political
it go.
Stuff.
Moving away from the political stuff.
Yeah, we're moving away from politics.
Oh, okay.
I've had this conversation with all three of you, and I know we're on the same page.
All right. Then in that aspect, I will agree with you.
You need to be sorry, Leanne.
Auslander says party pooper.
Well, there's so many people that get their feelings hurt just because you have a difference of opinion of somebody. Like,
right.
I can guarantee you.
I have taught all my children that you can have a disagreement. You cannot even agree with each other. That does not mean that you cannot be civil and still walk away friends.
Right.
I can have a disagreement with someone
that way.
Yeah.
And a different
One of my
opinion.
best
that
friends
doesn't mean that we cannot still be friends. You know,
one of my best friends, two opposite party lines, two opposite growing up situations, two opposite everything. He would come over 3 times a week and we'd sit down and talk just politics, and we disagreed on a lot. But when the conversation was over, we were still friends and still are to this day, because he's
Yeah.
the one I can go to and say, here's where this screwed up opinion comes from. This is why I think this way. What do you think? He gives it to me, and sometimes I take what he says and sometimes I don't.
Well,
Being on two opposite sides of a political spectrum, he has talked me into things because I wasn't looking at it from that other point of view before.
well, and you and Dale and I have had a political conversation outside of a private
Right.
conversation, and there's plenty of things that I disagree on with you.
Right.
But we're still.
Oh wait,
know?
you disagreed with me? Maybe I don't like you no more. I'm gonna go and
Yeah, I mean, but that's the way it used to be. Like my grandparents and my mom and my uncles and aunts, they all had different opinions on stuff. And
Right.
there was no like, I'm going to disown you because you think X, Y, and I don't. You know, and today you can't do that. Well,
And Leanne's right. Me and her disagree on a lot of stuff. I mean, we're still friends, though. I mean, we just know theoretically, we know where our boundaries are. Yes, we push them sometimes one way or the other, but it doesn't change the friendship because the friendship's not based on politics or a belief system or whatever that may be. So,
and I don't think it should be.
mm-mm.
I mean,
there's a guy at work that has we're
that's
total opposites on political situations, and I don't even talk about it. I'm just like,
Right.
well, yeah, because you can't. That's what I was getting at. You can't talk about it because once you do, like people today, and I'm not saying one party or the other because I think they're both equally bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is you draw a line in the sand, and no one wants to meet in the middle and say, "All right, well, we're good on these things, but what can we do to make these ones better?" And I think that's a huge problem. And you can't make political decisions based on emotion, and that's what they're trying to do today.
They're trying to
both
do,
sides, both sides of
because
the aisle, not one.
the unfortunate part is that it has
have
become
made-
clickbait. Sorry, go ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
exactly. And I've made the statement. I'll make it again. And I think you're exactly right, Tony. It's all about how do I get more views? How do I drum more support? Whatever. But I make the statement that you are 100% entitled to your opinion. What you're not entitled to is your own alternate reality of facts. True facts are rooted in history and are recorded.
Yep.
You cannot make up your own history, your own fact.
No.
A fact is a fact. End of story.
What I will
Now,
say,
how
and-
that
and
affect you or your opinion of it is a whole different story.
it's true. And again, that's that person's story, but that doesn't mean it's everybody's story that fits in that opinion. That's the other part of it.
Well, and you can find anything to fit any
Exactly.
narrative if
You
you
know,
look hard
those
enough.
Yeah, exactly.
poppers weren't done, so I put them on for.
And that's what. So
I mean, they
you can-
still at 25
you
degrees.
can look. I don't know if facts are so objectionable anymore because you can get on Google and you can look up something,
Yeah.
and someone will take what someone said and literally fit it or change it around to fit the narrative that they're wanting to.
Right.
Instead of going back and looking at the original audio or text that it was in.
Right.
And that's one of the things that really gripe me that people do. And and again, it's on both sides of the aisle, and that just absolutely burns me up. That people can't be honest.
What I call that, and it's the honesty behind it, is the horoscope approach. Okay. People will search out what they want to make it fit their narrative, to make their story believable, when that's what you do with a horoscope. You go and read it. How does it fit my life? Is it affecting me this way, that way? Oh, well, it must be true because it's talking about me.
Yeah.
When in fact, it's just a statement put out there, but everybody interprets it to be their own. And it's like, okay.
And there's plenty of things that you can refer that to, and I'm not going to get in the middle of that other one that is the doom and gloom of people's make it or break it on YouTube, but it just drives me crazy that there's no objective facts on things when you're spinning stuff around.
Right. Blue
There's
said
two
she'll
things
be
I want
back
to talk
in a
about on
minute.
my channel.
Tamara, I see your comments and I
I
agree
gotta
with
get
them,
a
but
charger. My phone.
I gotta let my little dog out.
Okay.
I gotta switch over to my computer. I'll try hopefully to be right there.
Okay. Yeah, but there's, I don't know. My head is throbbing.
Head like that ought to.
Yeah.
I think I've got someone set up for this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me tell Junior
I heard you
Excavating?
telling somebody. I don't remember who it was now.
Yeah. I told him if he wanted to email one of us and we would get him on the schedule if he wanted to be blame you for what?
She started the. She shouldn't say she started it. She mentioned something about the political side of stuff. So no,
I don't. And what's bad is
No,
I don't
I mean,
mind talking about it. You know, I honestly don't. It's just there's so many people that don't like to talk about it. And actually, if anyone is curious, we're going to start doing the podcast again after Dale. After
last chance kickoff.
Yes, after the last.
I can
kickoff
leave
celebration.
if you want to finish the conversation.
No, I just couldn't. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it out. So we're going to start the podcast, and it's not going to be tied to anyone's channel. So, and it's just going to be our opinions, and our opinions only. Whenever I do put it back out again, I'll post it on something. So if anyone does want to go check it out, they can.
Slander. No, that wasn't an excuse, but when he comes back, I'll show you that I actually do have a little dog that wanted to go outside. Actually, I think so. We now have porch chickens again. To change the subject, we let our chickens run loose again. So now porch chickens have decided that our back porch is where they need to roost. Well, my little dog has, I think, got obsessed with one of the chickens. Like every night he has to go out because one of them roosts down low. So either he's planning on having chicken nuggets or it's his new girlfriend. I haven't decided which.
It's never a river in Egypt. It's not just the
Yes,
Nile.
they were talking about living the Nile. It's not just a river in Egypt, the Nile.
I got that part, but I didn't see the other part.
Wow.
But anyway.
I don't understand some of this.
So, what are you
So,
cussing
Josh, how
out
you
now,
liking the
Josh?
computer?
He's not.
Josh, how are you liking the computer?
I love it.
Did you get your Nightbot set up?
Not yet.
So you need to download TeamViewer, and then once you do, send me the link to it, and I can actually take control of your computer and do it all for you.
Don't do it. Whatever you do, you will regret
That's
it.
not what I'm going to do right now.
I showed Eddie the TeamViewer, and he's like, dude, this is awesome. Why didn't I know about this before? I was like, I don't know. I use it all the time.
We use it at work.
There's another way to do it. If you have Windows 10, it's really easy. But another program.
I have Windows 10.
Yeah. Oops, some people don't know the word of God. Yes, that is true. But so that's another thing. I have some friends that are Muslim, right? Which
Little dog.
yeah, sure. I have some friends that are Muslim, and
He's lying. He doesn't have any friends.
as long as they're at least I don't know. I have a hard time not with those with people that believe something different than me, but people that don't believe something at all. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Say it again.
I'm okay.
I have a hard time with people that
Sorry.
don't believe something at all versus somebody that believes in something not the same as me. Because with someone that still believes in something, they at least have
Yeah, but some of that is
the Tony Freeze.
as far as in
No.
reference to common ground, you're correct. But as far as being an educated person, there is ignorance in uneducated people. There is just the way it is. And so
Well,
I think
we're
that you
talking
do
about
have the possibility to educate somebody that may not have that.
well, and I'm not disagreeing, and I'm not talking about going and spreading the word to somebody that doesn't know versus somebody that already has a belief system, right? So, who am I to say that somebody else is
I didn't
wrong?
realize you were talking that question. Sorry.
Right. So with somebody that has a belief system of some sort, I have a hard time going up to and trying to tell them that they're doing something wrong versus somebody that has nothing and trying to convince me that I'm doing something wrong. Does that make sense?
I think I can go with that. Yeah.
Dale, do you have anything to add? Because honestly, I do value everybody's opinion.
For me, it's the essential of when this country was founded is freedom of religion. So it is not me to tell them that they cannot practice their religion. At the same time, I may not agree with their religion, and I kind of follow what Auslander says there. A lot of people do not understand differing religions, so I would say that you have to research and find out if your morals will even align with their morals or their belief system.
Well, okay, so I agree. But at the same time, people that say that they're willing to go the extra mile and do some research other than a quick Google search on it, are the ones that I have a harder time with, right? Because there's a ton of people that they can go read some quotes on Google or whatever they want to and say that they did the research. But I get this bug when I want to know something. Like, I want to know something. I don't know what it is. My brain is just wired that way. Like, I have to know once it's brought up, what is the how
that's not
works.
ingrained into everyone. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not a trait that every single person has. And I love Rhonda's statement there where she said, judge not, look into a mirror and judge yourself, respect. I can quote verses that, why do you pick out the speck in your brother's eye and ignore the log in your own?
There's a dog right there. Back up. Back.
So it's not. I'm not here to judge them in any way, shape. Oh yeah, looky there. One of a kind sticker
Look at
right
that.
there, Josh.
Look at
Did you
that,
see
Gary.
that? Look at that one of a kind sticker. Josh probably has one too.
No, Josh has this one.
Josh has that one.
He has a mass-produced one. I have a hand-drawn, one of a kind. Tell him, Gary. You tell him.
Yeah.
So I'm still listening to you, Dale.
Oh, it's fine.
But so my problem with that a lot of people don't.
You got one of
The one
these?
thing that they don't listen to in
Michelin.
that whole thing is "Thou shalt not judge," right?
If
So
you
I
and
can
Jeremy
tell
want to
somebody
eat something,
something,
there's pop-
but it's not my job to judge them if they're doing
Exactly.
something wrong.
It's
And
not
that,
our job.
Oh, just say
I think
There's
that
only
is
one
when
true
people get
judge.
lost.
bait.
I know Mitchell doesn't have this.
He lost
that
the other
from?
charger that I gave him last night.
That's cool.
No,
What
actually, I might.
Not like this one. This one's he only says this one to veterans.
And Auslander, yes, I will have to do some
Yeah,
research.
Leanne, we should see how long it takes him to notice it. He muted himself though. That's right, Rhonda.
And that's a good thing that Auslander's pointing out. Hate the sin, not the sinner. That is one that we all, me first, has the hardest time with. That is
Yeah.
exactly right. Because there are things that people do that religiously I do not agree with.
There's
That
a
does
lot of
not mean that I am to be disrespectful or treat them incorrectly.
right.
Hi,
You want to
Blue.
leave Mitchell?
Get Danny sent
Dale
up.
does.
Oh, I got one of those too.
That's what I said. Does Mitchell have one? No, Dale does.
Yeah, I do.
Did you finally come?
Yeah,
Did you get one from us? Because
I did.
Anna sent
Yeah.
out a whole bunch.
Yes,
and
I
then,
did.
hey, Devil Dog. So then I got one from
What's up, Eddie?
Old Pecan Homestead and a shirt.
I got a Boots and Bunny
Really?
shirt. I got this
I got Danny Days too.
from Dancing Danny.
Well,
Well, I got to meet her. Eat that, poopy head.
aren't you special,
Yes, I am. Tell him, Dale.
not religion. You know, I'm not gonna do it.
What?
Oh, it's somebody took something I said one time out of context when we were talking about religion.
Leave
And
it
then
for
once
the
I
podcast.
explained to them what I was how I was referring it, they understood where I was going. But
You know,
I'm not going to do it.
yeah, night,
Not Leanne.
Leanne. You know, that's to bring up, and we'll bring up something that you guys were talking about before. Let's look at your heritage. Let's look at the Native American, spiritual compared to, Christian. Completely different.
Yep.
Yeah, my mom was the last one in our family got her card.
Like all my kids have one.
I could probably get mine.
They changed a
Right.
lot of talk about.
Quit talking about him.
It wasn't him that. Well, it actually was the Eddie that he took it out of context. What I was actually saying, but once I explained it to him, he's like, "Oh, well, that makes sense." So, yeah, but if you, especially if you get into like Greek mythology, or you start getting into like, and I find that fascinating, is like the Greek mythology. Not that I believe it or anything, but I just find it super fascinating. In Egyptian, the Egyptians, how they believed, and then you get into like the blue bloods of Inky.
His logo just changed. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. I
seen that.
happened to look at it right when it did it.
It's his new
Gary, I
logo.
think he was talking about the one of a kind hand drawn sticker that I don't have that Mitchell does.
Yeah, Greek mythology is interesting, especially when you get into like the Viking stuff. Like it's like crazy.
Tamara, I agree 100% with that. Church of today don't teach the message in the Bible, because church is where two or more gather in his name. It could be at home, it could be in the field, it could be anywhere. The church that is taught nowadays is a building in most places.
Well,
And it's more about the building and about
more about the business than the church.
the religion. And
I don't.
not to go way off deep here,
Yep.
but that actually takes us back to when the Bible was actually written, because that's exactly the way it was in those times. And that's what my Savior was against, was the practice of religion instead of being spiritual.
Well, and you look into the Bible, a lot of it too is how you interpret the Bible, because how you read it versus how I read it may be completely different. Especially
It could be.
Especially because we're looking at a translated version of the Bible, right?
That's exactly
So
right.
who's to say that they didn't get a word wrong, or 500 words wrong, or something like that? I mean, just like Lucifer in the Bible.
Or how about let's talk about the
Huh?
You cut out. You cut
Let's
out.
talk about what?
What do you want to talk about, Tony?
who did.
You did.
You did. You cut out. You said, let's talk about, and then nothing.
Well, let's have a conversation about 23 chapters not even being in the Bible.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's. I'm not here to knock the Bible down. I'm here to agree exactly with what Mitchell said. In translation, how do we know? We don't know. That's why I took it upon myself when I went through college. I did theology so I could learn other religions, understand where they come from, and what are those things that are written in those books. So,
Well, and I think that's everybody's job to actually look. I mean, are you the sheep or are you the shepherd? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of your job to look into it, and that's where the free thinker. I think you have to be a free thinker. If you're not a free thinker, are you going to be led astray? Or are you going to be? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Question.
I like what Oslander does say, though. When you're reading those cherry-picked verses, you need to read the entire chapter before and after, so you're not leaving those important parts out, because they're in a chapter for a reason, to flow together to get a point across.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could really, yeah, you could pick apart a lot of things if you wanted to.
Oh
It-
yeah,
You
definitely.
just I think you have to be a free thinker and look at all the information yourself.
Mike, oh, bless you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about something else because everybody got quiet all of a sudden.
This time I
A song
Yeah.
just popped into my head when you said that, Tony. I'm sorry.
sure hears it on.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, that's a way to like really get
So,
really fast get into an area that maybe not everyone wants to get into.
Yeah, and I think I don't know why people can't have these kind of conversations.
Oh, I think that that conversation is a great conversation, but I also think it's a way to
Get people mad at you.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
Well,
I don't talk about politics or religion on my channel, because I don't need. I got enough enemies as it is. I don't need to add the interweb to it. You know.
No, I haven't gone fishing today.
I think it's one of those conversations that has to happen. The unfortunate part is an open forum. You get so many varying opinions and thought processes that to have the conversation in an open forum is a scary endeavor. It can be. Doesn't mean it
Yeah.
has to be, but it can be.
Well, and I think as long as people can have them civilly, I think is an important part. That's what the same way with politics. You got to
Right.
be able to have a civil conversation and remain
I think
calm.
stuff like it. I mean, it's like the four of us could sit somewhere and
Right.
But when you go adding in the interweb, that's when the mass flow of
Hypocrisy sets in. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I like what Blue said though. It really it's like an adult conversation, and this is an adult conversation. So have the conversation like adults, not like little 13-year-old children.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is, unfortunately, you can't have those conversations with a good portion of the population because they act like 13-year-old children.
Exactly.
Prepping for Heaven says that her husband caught a huge bass yesterday.
That's
Had to be at
awesome.
least 6 pounds.
6 pound bass. He'd be. Is it a largemouth or smallmouth? Because there'd be a good chance he'd be on the wall.
So we have a power plant that's down here. It's on Sooner Lake. No, it's not by Norman. Before anyone asks, it's
So if it's
actually
on
north of
Sooner
Stillwater.
Lake, it's better than being on Later Lake.
No, Sooner. Dale knows where I'm going with the whole Sooner.
They call
Oklahoma
they call them
Sooners. I
Sooners.
know.
But they have a
Sorry, Belt Loop. We're not talking about me. We're talking about me. Oh,
but the biggest largemouth ever caught was in Sooner Lake, and it was on the hot water side. There's a dike that separates the cold and hot water side, and it was a 10.43 pound bass.
holy Moses, that's cool.
It was. I thought I hooked a log whenever I set that hook. I was like, "Huh." Nothing.
And they don't really fight, do they? It's just
It
like
went
reeling in a piece of junk. They don't
It
really
went to
fight.
the deep water. It like whenever I set the hook and it didn't move, and I kind of started to give it a little slack, and it started going to deep water.
I like catching little sunfish on my
I
ultralight.
love it. Yes.
That is
Ultralight
such a
rod,
fine fight.
4 pound test.
Yep.
Get bluegill and hybrid bluegill on the spawn. Oh, there's nothing more fun.
That is a blast.
I like doing trout fishing the same way. On the lower Illinois, we have the
What?
trout.
Who wants to catch a trout?
I like catching trout.
Back off there, Kansas boy. Trout are just fine.
They get all excited about catching this thing that's like this big.
What are you talking
Did
about?
you
What
see-
trout are you catching?
Worth
Did
eating.
you see Isaiah's 23-inch trout he caught?
Nah.
Oh, you didn't watch my vacation video then, I see.
So,
Sorry. I've kind of been trying to keep up with other stuff. But 23-inch trout. So, okay, that's a okay trout. But when I lived in Colorado, everyone was so excited about catching these rainbows. And literally my hand was bigger than they were.
Oh, that's
And they
not
would
how
sit there all day with like fishing on the bottom and catch like 3 or 4 of them. And they were so excited. And I'm like,
Well, okay, hang on a second. Were you doing it in moving water, or are you doing it in a lake?
reservoirs.
Oh yeah, that's not the same. Go to a river and catch trout. You need to get some nice trout.
I'm like telling all of them, I'm like, I'd rather be at home catching channel cat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of fish, we went to a local diner here in town, and they had it was either a 3-piece catfish dinner or a 2-piece walleye. And I asked the waitress, I said, "How's the catfish?" "It's pretty fishy. It comes from a farm pond." I'm like,
Why would you say it's that to somebody?
kind of what I was going for, but and then she said, "Well, or we have a 2-piece walleye." I'm like, "Okay, I'll take that. I can eat catfish anytime. I want the walleye right now." But it's pretty fishy. Really? I'd have never guessed.
What are they talking about in the chat? They're not responding to chat.
Huh?
But I'm married.
Well, I'm not going to respond to Gary talking about what he was like 30 years ago.
I honestly, I wasn't even paying attention. I was in my head. My head is throbbing right here, pretty bad.
Because his supercomputer blew up.
Yes, my.
How is he going to
computer-
take over the world?
Hmm?
How are you going to take over the world now?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to go get Eddie's computer and.
You're going to have more of the minions out there to build you a fart gun?
Yeah. I guess I can't do it with my computer anymore. You know why? You know why I have it
fart
right here?
gun, not fart gun.
I'm just sitting here hugging it.
He's just cuddling it. It's okay, baby. Daddy will fix you back up again so we can have a supercomputer again.
Oh, wow.
All right, we got to settle this argument. Prepping for Heaven says our catfish tastes sweet, not that muddy garbage from the Mississippi. Listen, it's all on how you clean it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what you're doing when you fillet it or when you prepare it, it's going to taste nasty. You got to know what you're doing.
Have you ever had carp?
I have had.
Yes.
I've never tried it. I know you get to take the mud bait out and everything, but I've heard people say it's really, really good. But I've never tried it.
Lots of bones. But
Scales
there's
are
ways to
huge.
get around that.
Scales
Like
are
if
huge.
you
I've
cut
caught
it
them.
and you score it many different directions and then leave the skin attached to the back, scale it, you flour it, fry it. When it does, it goes like popcorn.
There's your little bitty trout, buddy.
It's a good one.
That's a nice one.
That's
That
a
is a
big.
dang nice one.
Yeah.
Brown trout.
The one on the right-hand side is rainbow. The other one he's holding on the left is brown. And then the other 2 in the middle are brown too, I believe, if I remember right. So that
Those are good
fishing
ones.
trip, we had 4 adult males and 5 minors because they varied in age. The adult males caught 3 fish. All the boys combined caught 34 other fish.
Good night.
Most of them were all those sizes that you see right there.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Like real good.
Yeah.
He'd probably be on the wall
So
too.
I caught a carp one time. It's big, oh, dude. I snagged it by accident. And then there was some foreign people up by the boat ramp right where I caught it at because we were loading the boat and I was just casting while I was waiting on my buddy to back up. And that's when I hooked this thing and pulled it in, and I was about ready to throw it back, and this guy, he's like, no, I keep fish, and I was like, okay, you can have it, I don't care.
Like I say, if you score it several directions and then you batter it and you fry it with that skin, it'll fold all out and then the bones all fry crispy. But you grab it and you pull it apart, and what doesn't fry up will be big enough you can just pick it out. Or you can smoke the whole fish and flake it off of the bones. And then you can use it like tuna fish, like canned tuna, the same kind of thing. There's a lot of ways you can fix it. I'm not I have ate it. I'm not big on it,
I caught a carp one time, but she didn't like the flowers and had to be home too early.
Hey, Chicken Beak Mountain came in. Hello. Eddie did come in. I didn't say hello to Eddie. Devil Dog, if anyone's wondering. And yes, Gary, Mr. One of a kind belt loop is in here.
He's awful proud of that. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
I
I'm
want
kind
it.
of jealous, though, to be honest with you.
I want it fair and square.
What the crap, Gary? Where's mine?
You have to win him. Gary is going to be at the time when he drew said sticker. Good night, Junior Excavating, Mike.
Night, Mike.
Not Mike.
Did you see what Nicole Schaefer wrote in there? Or you can coat the fish with chicken breading back at the chicken fried
That's how
steak
we
thing.
cook it. It's the same stuff. Well, it's a little different. I put cornmeal in mine. Oh, are you kidding me?
Okay, Mitchell, we all understand you've got a big
We
fan.
got it.
Yeah.
I got it. You have a collector's item, okay?
Yeah.
You know what, just
What 3-year-old drew that, by the way?
Gary.
Gary
hand
drew it
a lot
on
of
a
stickers.
live.
Yep.
But the one that I was supposed to get originally,
Very funny,
Gary.
Dale.
the one I was supposed to get originally, Gary decided last minute that it was going to go to his buddy, Gary.
Oh, so are you actually whining? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm just saying the one that I helped design, he let someone else have.
what's this, Dale? Tell him.
Josh is right. You are a poo head.
Smallest violin in the world playing My Heart Bleeds for You.
World's smallest fiddle playing Crimea River.
I don't see you drawing, Dale. I can hear him say that. Not drawing, drawn. He put an N on there.
Where do you see that even at?
In the chat.
I didn't see it. Hey, Andale.
Yeah, it's right there.
Andale, how are you?
Hello there,
Nice
Andale.
to
The
Lady on
Southern
YouTube.
Sweet Miss Bell. Hopefully you're all ready for your weather coming.
I hope we get some. So Nina was at work yesterday evening, and it poured its bum off in Stillwater, which is only 15 miles from here. And she gets
Didn't get
home
a
and she's
drop,
like,
did you?
huh?
They're getting hurricanes,
Didn't
Mitchell.
get a drop, did you?
No. I'll
Yeah, they're
take a
getting-
damn hurricane.
they're getting
at this
hurt.
point.
Hurricane.
Okay, but
I'll
they're,
take a damn
they're getting
hurricane.
hurricane. They're not talking about and whining about the lack of water falling out of the sky. They're worried about whether they're going to get blown 2 miles down the road.
Do you know what state I live in? We have holes
I don't
in
really
the
care what
ground that
state
we
you live
use
in.
monthly in the springtime. Tornado Alley, buddy. Yes, we're ready.
And your point.
Go
You
hug
too,
your computer
Tamara.
some more.
Good to see you.
Which comment, Eddie? I didn't see it. I guess.
He's too busy hugging his computer, Eddie. He ain't got time for you.
He ain't hugging his computer. He's hugging his little sticker magnet.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just a sticker. Now I'm holding my computer. Poor baby.
Dale, what have you gotten me into?
I didn't
Man,
get.
it didn't belong to anyone.
You were connected to him before me. I mean, I think you got me
Oh,
into
well,
this, Josh.
he's got you there. He's got you
True
there.
story.
It was given back to you, Gary, and I didn't get it. What the hell? Sorry for the language.
What?
What kind of show do you run here?
What did it have on it? Hangman or
He
something?
mailed it to Wendy? What?
Oh,
Gary, I don't have nothing. What Mitchell said.
And I'm pretty sure that Nana also mailed Devil Dog a sticker, and he shouted out everybody on YouTube except for us.
Oh, look at that.
that's wrong.
Tables have turned.
That is wrong.
I'm just going to sit here and hold my computer.
Oh, you guys crack me up. Okay, so send me a link.
Send him a link.
No, it's fixing to get real now.
Well,
It's
yeah,
gonna get
I'm
real
about ready
ugly.
to drop off because Mitchell's about to get an earful. Is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, if Gary, everybody gets an earful. You don't get an
He's
word
not
in
using
edgewise.
$5 words on him.
You're right, Devil
Hang
Dog.
on, Gary.
I can't watch them all.
I gotta go pee.
I just like.
Well,
picking
thank you
funny-
for that info.
You're welcome, Tony. I'm here for you, buddy.
I did.
I can tell. Thanks. Oh, Dale, you're not watching Eddie's lives? What's going on?
I just said that. I can't watch them all. I've been watching like nonstop trying to keep up with these Last Chance Cook-Off videos.
Yeah,
and
watch it there, buddy.
I can't keep up with them. Slaughter. I watch it because you're special.
Oh, now we done it.
All right, now, first of all, let me get this straight with y'all, let y'all understand. Wendy had won 2 in a row.
All right, gotta go.
She
Talk to you
wasn't
later. Bye.
allowed. Yeah, she was not allowed 2 of them. It was stated at the beginning of the thing that people could only have 1. But they did allow her to pick out which one she wanted, and then Mitchell got the other one. So that was the other one, and I have sent the one to Wendy that she won.
Gary, I was really just giving you a hard time. I am glad I
that's
got
okay.
this one.
Blah blah blah. So what you're really saying, Gary, is Mitchell got the consolation prize.
Mitchell ended up with second. Yes.
No, what I'm saying is Wendy won 2, and she was got a choice between the 2. Now, and then we had another drawing, and Mitchell won that drawing. So he is a winner. No question, no ifs, ands,
In
or
his
buts
own
about it.
world. He's a winner
No,
in his
in every
own world.
If we were in multiple dimensions, he would still be a winner because he got the
In multiple
handcrafted,
dimensions.
hand-drawn sticker, as well as a letter of authentication.
Oh,
I did. I showed him the letter in the
He
other
showed
one.
it to us.
Oh, hey, Mitchell.
So he's
Devil
got
Dog
not
says
one,
send the
but
link.
Hey,
he got 2 things he can put in a frame and hang on the wall.
If I got one, I'd hang mine on
Just
the wall,
saying.
Gary.
did
Just saying.
oh
if I got one, I'd hang mine on a wall too.
Gary's
Sandy
got
came
one of
Well,
mine.
you
in.
got to enter the drawing.
Yep.
Gary's got one
Are
of
you
mine.
doing,
Says he has
Gary,
to
are you still
dispute
doing
this.
them every time? When are you
I
doing
will
them
be.
again?
I'm going to do some more. It'll have to be series 2 though, because that was the first series.
Yeah.
So you
and
got the original series.
I got the OG,
So-
the OG ones right here.
You got the OG.
That's right. That's right. In fact, you may even see those things on some coffee mugs at some point. But I ain't, who
I
knows?
love Oslander's statement. He's laughing so hard his ribs are hurting.
But we are going to have some more. This time, though, I think on the next series, we'll kind of do it like we did the last one, where I let people tell me what they wanted me to draw instead of me just drawing something. That way
want
I
you
ain't
to
got to
draw-
think so much.
Gary, I want you to draw a picture,
Mitchell, are you even
picture of
watching the
Mitchell
chat?
Yeah.
with the poop emoji on his head.
So
He's
I
watching
seen,
the chat. He's just
Sandy came in
what?
from good night,
Good night, Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Night,
Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Suburban Homestead, Wyoming, and Arizona. Thanks for coming in. I am too, Eddie.
Oh, Sandy come in. I didn't see that. Hi,
Yeah,
Sandy.
she came in.
Hi, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy.
Hey,
Oh,
Mitchell.
there she. I
You
didn't
can
see it. Sorry.
Mitchell, when I
Devil
was
Dog,
working at
you can
Gaby Cowboy up down there in
dispute
Kentucky,
all you want.
he told me if I
You
ever hit
can
1K, he'd come back up to the house and do a cartwheel and land it out in the yard.
Who?
Who
Did
did?
you see? Hang on a second. I did, Eddie. Did you see Gary's cartwheel?
Yes.
Did anyone
We see
else
Gary's cartwheel and we seen your flop.
Long
Yeah, at least
roll.
Gary didn't end up in a dog poop.
Well, that's true. I did not.
That yoga cowboy
Chicken
told me when I
feet.
was roughing him up there, down there in Kentucky that if I
Chicken
ever hit
feet's over
1K,
here
he's going to come up here and
because
he's
he's
going to
out
come
of
back to
deer
the house and do a
meat, saying,
cartwheel.
for the love of all that's holy, please send Eddie a link.
Devil Dog.
I did. He probably has his phone off. That's
For the love of everything holy. Exactly,
You're gonna
Dale.
make him go out there and shank a deer because he's like on the edge waiting.
Make a deer.
Eddie. Check your phone.
Oh,
I sent it
that's
to you
so
when you asked the
funny.
first time.
What's going on, Brad?
Oh, how much are you working tonight,
crap.
Gary?
I am working tonight. I am at work as we speak.
Yeah.
And
He's working.
I think we
well,
might have to.
I'm at work.
We might have to
I am
send
at
Eddie to
work.
see you.
My brain has been chicken fried by all the guys.
Chicken fried.
Hey, that's
fried
good
brain.
too.
Hey, that
Cow
reminds me,
brains,
Tony.
chicken
Tony.
fried are good.
Gary.
Hey, Tony.
Gary.
You got to get me on that pasta thing. Man, I've got some
Hey,
pasta
Gary.
dishes that will Yeah.
Hey, hang
on
on a
that
second before I
hospital
bring Eddie up. Look at his name.
Uh-oh, I'm gone. Math hater.
Math hater.
It's about dang time you sent me a daggum link, Mitchell.
I sent it to you. I sent it to you when you asked the first time.
You sent it on text. I get on my computer. I can't text my text. Well,
He done the same thing to me and
Hey, did
Dale.
he actually send you a link, or did he do what he did to me and just screenshot the computer? There you go.
That's what he done to me, Dale.
okay, this is the Gary. Okay, what?
This is why I sent it to you in a text message.
You got email on your phone just as easy.
Bath. Did you see Slanders?
Math hater.
We're leaving that one up there.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Gary.
Yeah.
The crown eater.
That's right. I'm a shower guy, not a bath guy.
Gary.
What?
He's
Gary.
probably eating a taco right now.
What?
Okay,
Hey,
Gary.
You're awfully touchy-feely tonight.
Hey, Gary.
Who,
Okay.
me?
Yeah. Hey, okay. Here's the
I'm
thing.
touchy feely.
Here's the thing. The one that you won, Mitchell, went to his buddy Waylon Smalley.
Yes.
Okay. Wendy won another one.
Oh, you
And
wanted
then-
that one?
And then
That's the one I
that's
designed.
what I was saying.
That's the one I designed.
That's what I was saying, Gary. I'm like, no, Gary
Okay,
has it. Don't go.
I'll send you that one too. But
See?
you'll be awful privileged to have two of them.
See,
What
Gary was
Waylon gonna get?
Gary. Waylon didn't want it.
Waylon said to put it in the drawing. I forgot to do that.
Oh my.
So
For Pafford Homestead or one other drawing. I don't know. But Gary forgot to do it. The prizes were already done and everything else. So he ended up with it with no owner, like I said in chat. And that's what I was saying. I'm like, no, it's not the same sticker. Wendy got another one. She got a
Okay.
choice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Devil Dog's
okay,
right again.
well, if that's what you're talking about, yeah. But who was? Hey, let me point this out though, Mitchell. It was Devil Dog that said I had to save it for Waylon.
That's because
And
you
so-
already promised it
You
to
are
Waylon.
correct.
He
You are
pushed
correct.
me into it. He pushed me into it.
Slander.
I don't care. I have one.
He bullied me into that. And
Oh, and Dale.
hey, I tell
Okay.
you what. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm dying here.
Hey, calling me out.
Yes, Dale's next. Okay, I defeated the loopy one. I defeated him. Now it's time to go for him.
Okay,
Well, Gary was saying
I'm ready
something.
for it.
Gary was saying something, and he stopped.
Gary
Well,
never talked.
that's because you started. And
Well,
I try
we can
not to
mute
talk
Gary.
over folks. I can mute myself. Watch.
Well, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Keep on sale. Watch.
All right. Number one, Dale. Number one, I have not got a
I can
sticker from
unmute
you.
myself too.
I wished I could mute you right now. I start talking, and then you come in over me.
Mitchell, don't ever turn him into an administrator.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Mitchell, will you please make me an administrator on your channel? I already got administrative rights too.
Oh,
Don't
right.
do it, Mitchell. Do not
It
do
cracks
it.
me up.
He's an administrator on my
when
channel.
Yes,
when
I am.
watch your live,
Well, that makes
And-
sense.
he goes, all right, Gary, you done talking so I can do this?
He does too. Yep.
Hey,
right.
I'll send you that sticker, Mitchell.
Gary, let me know when you're done talking.
Okay, I'll let you know, Devil Dog. You can go ahead and just hold on, mute yourself for a few minutes. We'll all be done in a few minutes. Anyhow, so there we go. That's a good Devil Dog. We trained him well, I reckon. Anyhow, Mitchell, I'll go ahead and send you that sticker. I don't remember everything. I couldn't remember that was the sticker that you wanted, but I'm more than happy to send it to you as well as a letter of authentication.
Yeah.
So that
I'll
then
have
you'll
two
have
of them.
two. You'll be the envy of the whole dadgum YouTube, world, I reckon.
Ether.
Okay, now you can talk.
YouTube
Devil Dog.
Ether.
Well,
All right.
I got to say something here. This is what's hilarious. When Gary first found out Mitchell wanted to, he was like, "That's a little special, don't you think?" I don't remember the word he used, but now he's like, "You'll be the envy of YouTube when you have two of them."
All right.
hey, they're awesome stickers.
Yeah.
They are hand crafted, hand drawn. Hey, and I ain't getting any younger, Those things go up in value when I kick the bucket, and it could happen any day. So,
Where's mine, Gary?
anyhow, well, you have to win a drawing. Maybe Mitchell will send you one of his.
Those
I'll get you hooked up.
those are limited edition specials. We only give them out for drawings and stuff like that. We don't just give them out willy nilly because it takes Gary a dang near hour to draw one of them. So, anyways,
Well,
All right, so
not
what
an
were you
hour.
saying, Eddie?
it's very time sensitive because he's slow with his old arthritic hands and stuff like that.
I am slow. But
Where'd you put
hey,
my money
well,
at,
I
Gary?
tell you what, Josh, you be there at the next thing we do one, and I'll make sure you get one.
No, you won't. You can't make that,
That
promise.
sounds
We
like
just
a
said it. No
limited
favoritism.
edition.
No favoritism.
Hey, we'll keep drawing till he wins one, I reckon.
Yeah, but then it makes
You
the
might
sticker.
be there 3 days.
Then it makes the
It may
sticker
take a
value.
while.
Then it makes the sticker value go down. The supply and demand, buddy. The more out there, the less they're worth.
Oh, Mitchell's there
Well, there's some
demanding
truth
it,
to
so
that.
we know that part.
So, Eddie,
right.
what were you
Well.
saying?
You don't remember now?
Yes, I do remember. It's a Dale this time. Dale. It's a Dale this time. Okay.
Oh, turn your hat around, Dale.
So what are we talking about Dale now for?
Okay.
I don't know.
Because Dale made an accusation here about everybody getting mail calls and shout outs and everything else. Okay. Here's a couple things. For one, I have never received, I don't know if the mail lost it or what, but I've never received a 9 Acres Family Farm sticker. Just to let you know. That's number one.
I had
Number two, in my lives, okay, I got 2 mail calls that I have not opened yet. One's from Dan Bennett in the UK. The other one's from Gary. And number 2, I tell everybody, I like to give everybody their due. In my lives, I say this. I like to, whenever I do a mail call, I like to do one single mail call. And I like to set it out and leave it for a day or two so that specific channel gets a good shout out, gets good visibility. People can connect to them and everything else. Now, let me.
So he's
hold
milking
on.
the mail
I
call.
know that's a true statement.
Dang it. Okay, hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Give me 1 second to pull something up.
Sure, go ahead, Devil Dog.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You take your time. If it's okay with Mitchell.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Mitchell may be on a timeline, though. You might want to
Mitchell's
ask
not
him.
on the timeline. Mitchell would say something if he was. Okay,
I don't know. He's awful polite.
Mitchell, you want to share that screen real quick, buddy?
There's no screen to share.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is. I see it down there. It says Math Hater with a black screen. I'm sharing my screen right now. I see it down there.
I see it.
There you go. Thanks for
See it.
catching up. Okay, if you look here, I have a mail call from Drunken Chef, private. Mail call from Rick, Big Tiny's Outdoors, private. Mail call from CNC Farm, private. Mail call from the Organized Pineapple, private. Mail call from Willow Way Ranch, private. Mail call from My
Why do you
Green
make
Lawn,
all these private?
because I haven't released them yet.
I'm joking. Back off.
There's a mail call from Tom Garvey. I probably need to release that one. Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, from Belt Loop, from Fallen Arkansas
Hey,
Veterans,
that's a good one.
from the Old Swedes Farm, from the Wandering Monk, and from Cooking with Bobby Joe. Plus, I think I have 3 more in my phone that I have not put up into here yet, and
Hey, Eddie.
and then the 2 that I haven't even filmed yet. So, yes, I don't have one of those. I've never received one of those. If you look, let me show you this.
So wait. Out of curiosity, what did that just prove? Showing us all the private mail calls.
But I was showing them that even though I haven't released stuff yet, I have them in
I
there
see.
to
Okay.
release. But I don't
Okay.
have a 9 Acres Family Farm because I haven't received a 9 Acres Family Farm. I don't know if
I
the
got it.
mail got lost or what, but I do want to show you one more thing.
He gone.
No, I'm here. Give me 1 second. I'm just
Well, he's gone off
You're
screen.
invisible again.
yeah, I got on a screen, but
Yeah, that's what I mean.
okay.
I can see you're still here.
He's invisible.
Hold
We
on
call
for a
those
second.
somebody
steel
grab
flat
that.
pallet. While we're waiting on Eddie, Gary.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
All right.
See, there's my
Oh, I've
sticker
seen this
board.
board.
There's my sticker board, and there's no 9 Acres on it because I haven't received it yet. But yet, all the other ones that I've received so far is on there. Whoops. You
Oh,
see
isn't
this,
that
guys?
a 9 acres right
Whoops.
there? Oh, no.
You see this? There's no 9 Acres yet.
There's no Skinner Farms either.
Well, Skinner Farms is a magnet, not a dang sticker. Hold on. Here, I'll make it.
You know,
happen,
you
Josh.
could put
I got both.
a thin piece of metal behind it. You could put a thin piece of metal behind it or something so that magnet would stick to the board.
My
There you go,
board.
I'm just thinking out loud here.
There you go, Josh.
There you
You
go.
happy, buddy? There
Or
you
can
go.
just put it on it.
Josh is famous for his meat.
Only in Owen County, Eddie.
Hey, take it. Never mind.
So, that's why there's a lot of mail calls that I've done, that I've received and done, that I haven't released yet.
It's nice to see what somebody does with the stickers because the stickers just kind of. We're like, what do we do with these things?
Well, see something
I'm
else.
turning all mine into magnets.
Something
So I can put
else
them
that
on-
I got, and if anybody's here that has sent me a actual sticker but has not give me a digital copy of your sticker, because what I do is this right here. I want to eventually get every digital copy of the stickers that people have sent me so I can put up here as a shout out as I'm sitting here talking on a panel. And
I don't know how to do that.
OBS.
no,
I don't have OBS.
no, he don't know how to send me a digital sticker is what he's saying.
Oh, I can send it to him, Josh.
Yeah, send it to me, Mitchell. But see, I've never received anything from Dale at 9 Acres. I've never received anything from Mitchell from Hendrickson Family Farm.
Hey,
So
I don't
I
have
want to hear-
stickers.
Me either.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I haven't received anything from y'all, so I don't want to
I
hear
can't
y'all's
even-
gaff.
I can't even get. I've
I
got
have
that
that
one.
one.
Well, nobody has this one right here that's up on my screen right there, except, well, not that one, but except for me.
Sandy Toes.
No,
All right.
not that one. Not that one. I just
I
said not
just-
that one.
I just sent you one, a digital copy of a Belt Loop 29 sticker.
No, dude, I have yours, dork.
I don't think I would open that if I was you.
No, here's the thing, Cindy. I don't want to scan the stickers because if you take a picture of them, which I have done, it takes up more space than a digital.
Yeah, because you can shrink it.
Yeah, and,
Oh,
and
okay.
setting it on this slideshow on OBS and stuff. If I'm just taking the pictures, because I had pictures of them, but it takes up a whole lot more space, so I have to have multiple files, and I don't know how to run those multiple files consecutively. I have to run them concurrently, and because look, I can do this. These, well, let's see.
I'm gonna put mine on my cabinet.
See, like, well, hold on. There, I'm in the.
Should I put a sticker of my own on the cabinet if Eddie made it, you think?
Sure.
See right there.
It's your.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Where'd you put mine, Gary?
Yours is in a prime spot on the refrigerator because it's a magnet.
Eddie,
Yeah.
I said I would send you one. I'll have to see if I have that file backed up because Precious here can't do a whole lot of anything right now.
Because his baby died today.
You don't have a copy of it on your email there, Mitchell? Can't you
Josh,
open
Rebecca?
your
I was talking about Josh's file he sent me. He emailed it to me.
Oh.
I saved it to my computer, and I don't know if I.
Yeah,
saved
but
it.
if he emailed it to you,
I
Mitchell,
just
you ought to
said I
be
didn't
able
know
to
if I
access.
saved it.
Okay. Well, it's
But-
probably be under old email. I'm just trying
Yeah,
to
but I
help.
delete them because I get thousands of emails a week.
But see, hey Dale.
Oh, okay.
Honestly though, I have people all the time tell me, say, hey, did you get my package? Or did you get my envelope yet? My mail, blah blah blah. I haven't seen my my shout out and stuff. And I tell everybody, I'm like, yes, I have it. It's just banked. Give it, you'll know when it comes out and stuff like that. Because
No, I was just
Yeah,
like
he
kicking
mentioned
your
you in
grief,
there.
Eddie. It's not a big deal.
well, it's all right. You can
Actually,
give me all the
I
grief
had
you want
no
because I
idea.
haven't received anything from you anyway.
I just know.
And I was giving you grief
I just
about
know
watching my
that-
lives.
I just know Lisa sent out a whole bunch, and I thought she
She
said she
forgot
sent
me.
it out to you.
Nope,
But
nope,
if
she
she
didn't. Now I
I
feel
will.
bad. Now my feelings are hurt. I go to the market with you, and the world's
My feelings are hurt.
the world's smallest market with you.
But you didn't
I
get
go-
one.
Hey, hang on a second.
Nobody
So-
has a Kettle Kitchen sticker.
Auslander, I tried to get him to let me make NFTs when we were talking about making the stickers on the live. Do you remember that, Eddie? Eddie. Eddie,
What?
do you remember me talking about Gary just trying to make NFTs a digital copy?
No.
we could- I did.
Okay, it's your story.
me
You
up.
tell it how you want to.
Hey.
I have never seen anybody do that before. That was hilarious. Hey, oh wow! Whoa.
It's your
'cause
story.
I'm
You
mad
tell
at
it.
this computer because my good computer quit.
What did it quit?
But I'm
What's
just
wrong
curious.
with it?
Does anyone have one
Oh,
of?
will you put that thing in
See?
bed, please, already? Wow.
What is wrong with it, Mitchell? What'd you do to it?
Operator
Yeah.
malfunction.
No, it was not operator malfunction. So this morning I go to get on it, and it said needs to reboot for an update. So I did it, and then I walked away, did some things, and I went over there to start editing my new video. And it was doing the spinning wheel of death.
What's that crap you told me to put on mine, Eddie?
The spinning wheel of death.
Edge.
What was it you told me to put on my
Edge.
computer, Mitchell?
I didn't take it, put it on. It comes with it.
Edge. Yeah,
It
that's
comes
what's wrong
with
with
it.
your computer.
It comes
Look
with
at
it.
that garbage on there.
And so then it said that
See, Josh is telling you exactly what's wrong with it, Mitchell.
Yeah, listen to me. I know.
He He had the same thing happen to him because you made him.
Yeah, each way. But
That's right,
No,
Cindy
wait.
Brown. Windows updates are the devil.
So it did the spinning wheel of death, and it wouldn't boot. So then I finally got a copy of Windows 10, and I was just going to put Windows 10 on it, even though I wanted to keep Windows 8.1 on this computer.
Brad
Because
said you
No
didn't
one
let
likes
it finish.
Windows 8.
Chicken
You-
Big Mountain said you didn't let it finish.
No, I let it finish. But so it ended up being a corrupted file from what I gathered off of everything that I read.
From Microsoft Edge.
No.
Yeah.
Microsoft Edge is on every new computer. It's not something
Mine's
you
not new.
install. It's there.
Mine's 2016.
Hey, Devil Dog,
Yeah,
how do I change my avatar?
you go over in
settings.
the three dots to edit audio avatar on the left hand side in your little window.
Wait a minute.
So then I
Edit.
put Windows 10 on it while I was right before Dale's live this evening. And when I was sitting there loading everything on it, it made this clicking sound or popping sound. And then I get into Dale's live, had everything up on it. It was working like a fine piece of computer machinery.
John,
And then
No, it
Yeah, it's
wasn't.
running like a
And
John Deere was.
they started popping at you, so it can't run like a fine piece of machinery.
no,
It's running like a
was-
John Deere.
It was
what?
Yeah, exactly.
Blue Self Reliance said anything done by Microsoft is a bloody nightmare. Cindy Brown says 8
Yeah.
was POS when new. Geez, may as well use Vista. And Oslander said, I'm seriously considering going back to Windows 7 just because.
Windows 7 actually was pretty nice operating system. XP was probably the best, but that's not the where we're at here today. Currently, guys, I had a bunch of tabs open so we could do the giveaways, and then all of a sudden,
Again, owner
Mitchell's gone.
operator malfunction.
Wait a minute. Dale's internet's not good. Tony's internet's not good. Your computer's obviously not good. So, who's the tech guru in here that does the giveaway stuff?
Hey, we made it through and we worked it out.
It should be me, apparently.
usually this was
That's funny, Josh.
So I'm actually on a backup computer that I have that is running currently on Windows 10. That's really old, but it works really good. But usually, old Betsy here never lets me down.
Oh my Lord.
I don't even cradle my child the way he's cradling that computer.
No.
There's a lot of stuff on this computer.
Well, nobody needs to hear about your midget porn, okay? That was private.
You beat me to it.
So what's even better, Eddie, is about 3 days before, I decided that I'm going to pull all my files off of this computer, right? So I pulled everything off, backed it up, and I uploaded like the last 3 days of videos that I shot onto the computer, but I didn't back them up. It was not cool. I like Linux.
Well,
Linux is actually pretty. Linux and Ubuntu are pretty cool. I like them. It is. We have a 7 on our.
we're still working
Well,
Hey, Jonesy.
Windows 7's Jonesy's in here.
Mackenzie.
Hey, Jonesy.
What's up, Jonesy?
Windows 10 actually, after the more I use it, the more I like it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but my IT guy at work tells me that I have to go to Windows 11 in about a month with my new computer.
I thought you were the IT guy at your work.
The corporate guy.
Oh.
So corporate tells me, so I can still have Windows 11, but then I'll just put a VM on my computer with whatever operating system I want on it. It just has to be my primary. Because that's like this computer. It doesn't just have Windows 8 on it. It has Linux, Ubuntu. It has 3 different virtual machines on it. So and it like controls my server at my house. So
Mitchell, set the computer down and walk away from it, please.
No.
He loves it.
Windows
So how you gonna fix it,
95?
Mitchell? How you gonna fix it?
Floppy
He'll
disk.
put it on when he goes to bed.
The computer has a floppy
He
disk?
probably will.
It probably has its own pillow to lay beside him.
He did. He just sat it on a pillow.
I knew you would.
So now I have that
maybe
new Alienware 17, but I don't have anything saved to it.
Maybe your next video should be like you building a wooden coffin to put the computer in it and bury it.
There's don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't stick that knife in your leg, Ricky Bobby.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people watch that video, Mitchell. It may even go viral.
I'm going to build him one myself and send it to him.
I might have to switch the computers out with another one.
So I got a serious question. If
For who?
theoretically, if a channel's monetized and they do a review and repair on a boomstick, does that get them in trouble?
No, you just can't monetize it. But
Will you
all
mute
of the-
Gary, please?
What?
There's a lot of background noise and I can't hear what he's saying.
All right. Well, I'll mute myself again. I can do that.
Hey, look, I'm the
Well,
only
thank
one with this sticker right here. I'm the
Rebecca.
only one with that sticker. Well,
Hey, Rebecca. You can't monetize that video.
So
I
I have
can
a
or I
clone of
can't?
it.
No,
Well, that's what I'm working on actually right now.
cannot.
Sydney.
Because
I-
that's not
I
how
am-
it reads, though. I guess I need to send an email and ask.
You can post the video, just don't monetize that particular video.
Why not, though? Out of curiosity, why not?
Because the
Google.
the guns you can't have on there.
Oh. Well, okay,
But
wait a
there's
second.
tons of people that are monetized that have
Yeah.
that on their
Yeah,
channel.
they just don't can't
They
monetize
don't
them.
monetize
They
that
run
video.
off of,
Oh, okay.
Because Izzy needs the charger.
so I
Because-
am running off a clone of that computer, but it is not as powerful as that computer. Because
Yeah, it is.
I pieced this bad boy together.
It's a different one. It's not the
It
right
is
one.
lightning fast. I don't remember all the specs on it now, but it's
Oh my
so like
gosh.
my boy's
we're-
gaming computer.
Oh my gosh, we're caressing the computer again.
Somebody
he
said
can't
something.
leave it alone. He can't leave it on the pillow. You gotta call Nina or text Nina, Dale. Tell her to come sneak it out from under his pillow when he's asleep or something and dispose of it.
And see,
Leave a ransom note or something.
What Cindy's saying down there is the way I read my monetization stuff.
Well,
I can have it on there as long as there's not children in it.
Well, maybe so. I don't know.
But can you get monetized is the question, though.
I don't know. Can't you email somebody and ask them?
I'm gonna figure it out. I have one that blew up in my hand, and they sent me the parts to fix it.
I'd make the video anyway.
What are they gonna do? Demonetize you?
That video,
Hey.
right?
I mean, you're making a whole nickel 98.
Yeah, tell me
You know,
about
right
it.
now. So
We've
what's
been-
the point?
I think we've been monetized for not quite 4 weeks, and I think we're up to
Hello,
20
Tasha.
You're up to what?
$28.
Hey, Tasha.
Hey, Tasha.
Hey, Tasha.
Gary.
Gary's muted.
I know, but he can unmute himself, say, hey, Tasha. And then mute himself.
Oh, virtual machines are a lot easier to do now. And especially if you do them in containers, which most of probably.
He was going to
Auslan-
cuddle it. Quit leading him
I'm
down
not
that
touching it.
road, Auslander.
But
It's
yeah,
drug.
so
He can't keep his hands off of it.
there's a they've made it a whole lot easier than what it used to be.
I didn't know I was coming to an intervention, Mitchell.
Well,
Sad day.
I guess I am probably.
So when's
gonna go
Mitchell
take a
doing a
shower.
24-hour live?
Tony wants to know when you're doing a 24-hour live, Mitchell.
I'm not doing a 24-hour live
Why not, Mitchell?
because you never know if
Why
I'm
not?
getting called in.
So,
I got called in last
Just
night.
put on
Yeah,
your
transformers might blow up or something. Computers may crash and die and burn.
Buses
put on
may
your avatar.
explode and airplanes may fall out of the sky.
Well,
Okay.
even like last night, I was listening to it, but I had my phone sitting in my truck outside the building just so I could get service in that one room because of the voltage, the high voltage. Because you get 12,500 volts going into that where that is, and I can't. No phone has service there.
okay, Mitchell, you have 629 subscribers. How many watch hours you got?
Like 3,800.
3,800? You only
Yeah,
need
something
1,200
like
left? Wow, cool. I only need 900 hours left.
I only need like 3,800.
I only need.
You only need like
2,300.
3,800.
Wait, you said you had 3,800, so you're down to 200 watch hours, Mitchell?
Yeah, something like that.
Ooh.
But I can't gain a subscriber to save my life, so I don't know.
Well,
I lose them as fast as I gain them.
I ran Dell forever to get his watch hours. I've ran
Yeah,
Dell
I'm gonna have to
Blues.
return the favor.
I'm
You're
right.
that close, Eddie?
Yeah, I got 100. I need 150 more subs. I'm at like 849, and then I have on my watch hours. I have. Give me 1 sec. I'm getting there.
I have
I can't
747
tell
watch
you how
hours.
many times I heard that thing on that 1050 tractor Dale has.
I
Always
have,
interesting though.
I have 3,093 watch hours, so I need 900 watch hours left.
So did you guys see that they're changing the thresholds?
Thresholds for what?
Are you trying to get me to start going off?
No, you got the email just like I did. So did you guys not get the YouTube email about
I
the
didn't
changing the thresholds on monetization and watch hours?
It's still going to
No.
be 4,000 watch hours.
That's not what it said in the email. How
Well,
they referred it.
that's what somebody said. Somebody said the 1,000, 4,000 is going to remain the same. They said that they are going to start monetizing shorts though, or something. But in order to get monetized over shorts, you have to have within 90 days. You have to have over 1 million views or something. I don't remember, but that's what they were saying.
I thought it was 10,000 views.
No, it was like 1 million views from what this person said, which is hearsay because I haven't read it myself.
I deleted it, so.
Where are you guys getting the email from? Because I didn't get an email.
From YouTube.
Oh, that's nice. So you got to be special with YouTube to get an email from them?
I don't know. I got it. I think everybody here got it except you. I guess. Did you check your email?
I don't know that I got it or not.
I check my email every day.
I get freaking a lot of issues from Tony Kettle Kitchen.
Well, that's because you joined a collaboration, ding dong.
Yeah, but the way that I read it was that they're changing the thresholds, but they didn't elaborate to what, but they said that they would be changing the thresholds for monetization on the 1,000 and 4,000.
They were going to raise it, what I heard.
I saw a video recently that was talking about changes coming on YouTube. I didn't get an email that I know of, but it said that the 4,000 and the 1,000 was still going to be the same. But because folks are doing so many, and I think because they're pushing the shorts, that they are going to allow monetization with, like, I don't know if it's 1 million or 10 million.
10 million.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm looking
that's
at it right now, and it says short starting early in 2023. You'll be able to apply for YPP if you meet a new short specific threshold of 1,000 subscribers and 10 million short views over 90 days.
Yep. See,
The long form, nothing will change with the existing thresholds.
Yep. I had
So-
it right.
so do the math.
Except I said 1 million views, which I said I wasn't sure on that. It's 10 million views.
It's 10 million views in 90 days. So you
10
better
million
hope.
views in 90 days. Now
Who gets
divide
10
10
million
million
views,
by
period?
only
90.
3.33 million a month.
Shit, if I can get 10 subscribers in 30 days, I'd be happy.
I need 149 more subscribers. 150 more subscribers.
Hey, Mitchell, if you sent me out a Hendrickson Family Farm something or other, like a sticker or something, and I did a mail call, you might get some viewers.
You know what's crazy is I get people come into my lives and stuff. Like there's a ton of people that come into my lives. But I guess they just don't like
One of
what
your
they
hours
see.
are so good.
Huh?
That's why your hours are so good. Life's
What?
technically great for grounding your already loyal subscribers, but most of and for example, I just did a video that shorts get you subscribers. I don't know
And
why
views.
it's that way, but
Yeah.
And views. You need
they
to
do
put
get
us
your
shorts.
views, but the views don't count for jack squat when it comes to monetization. But they do count for subscribers, which is what, everybody needs 1,000 subscribers, and they need 4,000 hours. That or the 10 million, whatever. So
Well-
if you want subscribers, I'm going to recommend doing some shorts.
Well, so Nina did a short the other day on last Sunday. Dale, I think, seen it. I got 9.5 watch hours off of the short.
Yeah,
And
but it's
I-
not going to go towards it's not going to go
monetization.
towards monetization. That's why you
but
have a
still-
difference.
But I'm just saying it got viewed that many times. Like within like 60 seconds of it being on there, it already had 600 views. And then by the time I got to the computer, Nina's like, she said something, and I opened it up, and it was already at 1,600 views. And you know, I got like
Right.
20 subscribers off of it, but then I lost them all the next day.
That's YouTube, probably.
I got 16,000 views on my last short, and where does it say how many subscribers I got from it? I gained like 83 subscribers or something stupid from it.
Start throwing
Here's
up
my
3 or
problem
4
with the
shorts a
shorts.
day.
And you got the stuff you can throw up shorts. You got freaking chickens and goats and horses and cows and everything else, Mitchell. People love animals.
Here's my problem
right.
with the shorts. Though. You guys, what? This is my struggle, and it's my struggle with YouTube. 10 million views on shorts in 90 days. That means you have to average 111,000 views per short. So you guys
Yeah.
are going to run around like your chickens with your heads
No.
cut off, trying to put all these
No.
shorts out
No,
there.
you're
What do
getting
you
us
mean,
wrong,
though?
Gary. Tony, you're getting us wrong. We're not talking about trying to hit the shorts monetization. We're talking about putting out their shorts so people come and watch shorts, because you know people will spend 15 seconds to a minute watching a short video. So you get views, and off of that, people will be like, hey, let me check out this channel and subscribe to them and stuff like that. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about gaining subscribers, not for the shorts, for the watch
and I get-
hours or for the monetization part of it. We're talking about subscriber part. You draw people's attention in with shorts, and then they see your channel and they subscribe to you. People that you normally wouldn't reach, going to the same lives over and over and over. And I said this on my channel the other day. I'm like, I understand if y'all do not come to all my lives. If you check me out here and there, that's fine. As long as you're, because, and I'm like, do not go, unless you're a true supporter. Like I try to make all of Gary's lives, all of, I try to make my close friends' lives and support them as much as I can. But I'm sub to over 1,000 channels. I can't make everybody's live. I can't watch all the videos or anything else. But what you need to do, instead of going to the same people's live all the time, pick somebody like the other day, Tarsha, Triple Threat right there. I went into her live and I met some guys in there and I subscribed to them. Well, then one time he went live and I seen him and I popped into his live. Well, in his live, there's a whole bunch of people that he subscribed to that subscribed to him that I had no clue was there. So I gained like at least 5 or 10 subscribers out of that one live that I went into.
Yeah, but
And-
so my deal is with that, I don't have time to sit and go into a bunch of lives all the time.
Well,
Like-
I understand that, but and I understand that, and you ain't got to stay in lives. But see, here's the thing: you do go into lives all the time. You do go into Dale's live all the time. You do go into Tony's live all the time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying not to support Dale or Tony or whoever else you support. I'm saying when you see somebody's live that you normally don't go to, go check it out. I'm not saying to go to lives all the time. Go check out their live. Connect with people that's in their circle that's not in your circle.
That's how he
Yeah,
passed you.
I do that a lot. I just go to like the regular live deal.
No,
with-
don't
with
do
you-
that. Yeah, I mean
Hey,
you
I know,
can do
but
that,
there's a
but
lot
you're
of times,
just
like,
you're
I
just
go to
trying to
live
pick
that-
them out of air there. If you have a connection with the
No,
live
I'm
that
not
you're
picking them out of air. Usually, if you go to the live channel, it's people that you know are on the first.
not
people that
not
you're already
always.
subscribed
Okay,
to.
that's fine. If you're
you
doing
set
that,
it
that's
to
fine.
Subscriber mode, yes, it is.
No,
Hey,
I
Mitchell.
said that's fine.
Mitchell.
I'm like, if your homepage and it's just showing people that's live, you may or may not be connected to them.
If you
Over on
have
the
it set
left-hand
on
side, I
subscriber
understand
mode,
what
you
you're
can
saying.
see.
Okay, we're on the same page, Mitchell. We're not going to argue about something we're on
Hey,
the same
Mitchell.
page with.
Yeah.
Can I say something, please? I
Yeah.
think that everybody should look at it as compartmentalized. Look at subs by themselves. Look at your view hours by themselves. Look at and try to utilize every aspect of YouTube in order to do that. Whether it's And I've never tried, granted, I've never tried a Premier, but it's something I'm looking into. It's something I'm going to be doing soon. But, if you look at the shorts by themselves, if you look at just the subs, there's things that you can do to get subs. For example, the shorts bring in quite a few, and it takes very little time to put one out. You point it at a horse, say, "Ooh, isn't that pretty?"
Looks like Eddie.
No, Auslander. No, Auslander. Just to answer your question.
When you go through and you talk about lives, like Devil Dog was saying, it helps to extend your circle. Doesn't mean you have to be at everybody else's other than your buddies. But, from time to time, when you see somebody that maybe you haven't been to their channel, hook up with them. And then when they go live, if they go live, go ahead and check it out, 10 minutes, 10 minutes and see how things go. You ain't got to spend all day on it. But it is a strategy for developing more subs. So,
Mitchell, Auslander said G-strings draw more attention than yoga pants.
The regular shorts.
I know what he said. I was just putting it in Mitchell's terms.
I don't know. How'd them yoga pants turn out for Josh? It helped him out.
Here's where my problem comes down to in this whole conversation. It's I think more my issue with YouTube in general. Okay. In order, and I get what Eddie and Gary are saying, because if it does give you the watch hours and it does bring in by all means, then yes, it's worth it. But here's where the problem comes in for me. And Eddie, I'm not picking on you. I'm only using your example. You have 1,000 subs. That implies to me.
I got 800. I got 849 subs, Tony.
He's going to pass me, like I said a while back. Eddie was at 400 and some subs. I'm like, he's going to freaking pass me before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, I'm going for Mitchell. I'm never going to catch you. Look at you now, Eddie. You're 2 away from me.
I've been doing this for 5 months. But here's
what I think Tony's getting at is you're sub to how many channels and how many have returned the favor.
It don't matter. I mean, to me, that's just.
But it's not. To me, I don't like that conversation just for the simple fact that then you're implying sub for sub. Here's the real thing I was trying to get out there.
No, I'm not.
No. If you do what Mitchell's saying, how many have returned the favor? That then becomes a sub for sub thing to a point. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is you have 800, whatever the number is, channels that you're subscribed to.
Okay. Let me see. I'll tell you. Hold on. I am subscribed to 989, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 996 channels is how many I'm subscribed to.
Okay. You're subscribed to 996 channels.
Yep.
But you're not a true subscriber of them.
No, and you can't be with that many channels. You can't be. I mean, if you want to stay small, okay, you don't want to be monetized, you want to stay with 20 channels that you follow religiously, then go ahead. I mean, if that's your thing, then go ahead. But if you want to,
but that's not what I'm saying. Because I get what your point is. Because if you don't expand, you're not going to grow. I get that point. I do. My problem is at what point? Because here's the problem. YouTube doesn't want you to do this, doesn't want you to do this, doesn't want you to do this. It's an ever fluctuating process that they put us in. Now they're going to put out there, you can do shorts, but you got to have 10 million views. That means each one of those in 90 days would have to average 111,000 views plus. Okay. The problem I'm having with it is that even when you start, like a lot of us have been going with 4,000 views and 1,000 subscribers. Now let's throw something else into the mix. It's ever changing, and people cannot sit and function not knowing what the end goal really is or how to attain that. And then like you're saying, you're at almost 1,000 subs, but you're not a true subscriber of 1,000 channels. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go watch channels and give them hours and give them views and all that stuff, but you lose the organicness of it because you're not really there as a sub, even though you have 1,000 of them.
Well, here's the thing, Tony. I totally get what you're saying, but in order to do the YouTube thing and get monetized, you show me one person that can religiously follow 1,000 people.
But I think that's what Tony's saying, that
that's
he doesn't.
the problem.
But that's what you have to do in order to get monetized and
You
be
have to do,
organically. Hold on, be organically growing. As far as you're saying, I don't organically follow 1,000 channels and whatever. Well, the thing is no, I may not, but I have to, because YouTube puts that as a stipulation on the monetization. I have to have 1,000 people subscribe to me, and I have to have 4,000 hours. So if I had my choice, if I could be monetized and only have 50 or 100 subscribers, then I wouldn't be trying to get people to come watch me as much. Hey, I'm monetized. I can do what I want to. I can follow these people, not follow these people. I don't care if they join me or not, because I'm getting monetized anyway, or whatever else. But the thing is the way the YouTube puts it out there to be monetized, I have to try to, get people to subscribe to me. And one of the ways to do that is to subscribe to them and to try to at least watch a few of their videos. At least I might not go to their lives, but I can watch their videos and comment on their videos every here and again and stuff like that. I'm not saying that the 1,000 channels that I'm subscribed to, I'm not saying I never visit them or anything else. I'm just saying I don't follow him on a religious basis. Like Mitchell knows, whenever I see him live, I don't make all his lives or anything. I can't. There's real life. There's also everything I'm trying to do on YouTube. But Dale and Mitchell, I try to make their lives, most of the time. And when I go in there, I usually stay in there. You can ask Gary. The other day, I was on the phone with Gary. I was in 8 different lives at the same time. Not tabbed, separate windows on my 3 screens, listening. It sounded like I had freaking mental in my head, because it's, I had like all these different channels in my earphones, and I was listening for my name, but I was also watching for anybody to tag me Devil Dog or anything. But I was supporting 8 different channels in their lives. They was getting watch time because the volume was all in my freaking ear, and I was going back and forth. So
Okay,
I do the best that I can.
Let me say this as well. YouTube is not all about, you have to watch this person or that person all the time. The fact is that even if, there's people that watch occasionally that, that have lives, that go out and watch regular TV, that go out and play baseball and don't pay YouTube any attention. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going to watch your, and you can't hold yourself to a higher standard than that. The fact is that other people are going to subscribe to you, and they may never watch another video from you, especially when you're talking about, doing a bunch of shorts to gain subscribers. And typically those people, you don't go through and subscribe to everybody that subscribes to you. It gets to the point where you can't do that anyhow. And it's my understanding that 1,000 is the maximum number of subscriptions you can have anyhow. So what I'm talking about is just understanding that, you subscribe to the channels you want to. If you see somebody that seems interesting, well, check them out. If they stream, that's an added bonus. You can go through and hop into a live and usually pick up a couple of, sometimes you can pick up a couple, especially if you participate and jump on the panel, and talk with folks. And maybe you're just, like me, just really, really wonderful
Long-winded.
at conversation.
Long-winded.
And long-winded. That's true too.
Well, see,
I won't
and
deny
out of those
guys.
900, yeah.
As much as I would love to keep having this conversation,
Hey, hush, Mitchell. Out of
no,
those
we can do it
900,
backstage because I'm going to have to hop off here so I can say bye to everybody.
out of those 996 subscribers, not all of them have channels too. They have channels, but they're not content creators. Just to let you know that.
So,
That's
guys,
true.
I appreciate everybody coming in. I really enjoyed everybody, and I enjoyed the conversations we had. So, with
Mitch ought to
that,
be at his hours now.
huh?
You ought to have your hours now.
Oh, probably. Well,
After
yeah, but
tonight.
there's some that drop off and then kick up, and it's an ongoing battle.
But after tonight, you ought to have your hours. You were only a couple hundred away. You've been on
Yeah.
for a little over 3, and you've got
10 is the average.
okay. I mean that's 30 hours right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
It just feeling. No, I'm
You
not
have to
feeling
have
left out.
77 hours a week.
anyway, go ahead, Mitchell.
You
I'm
have to
sorry.
have 77 hours a week.
Yeah. So I'm not feeling left out. I'm just getting really tired because I have to be up at 5 in the morning to be at work.
I didn't
and
say left out if I cut you off.
11:40. So with that, guys, so Thursday I'm planning on doing my normal live after Chris and Larry's live. So if you guys want to come back and we can keep having this conversation.
I don't want to come back.
Okay. North Pole, Canada. Santa Claus from the North Pole, Canada. Well, hello.
Is that Nunes?
Yeah.
No, it's Santa Claus from North Pole, Canada. Can't you read?
So
I can't.
Thanks.
I can't even see the thing. I'm on my phone.
thanks
Okay, so
everybody
you can
for coming in
You can
here.
shut the live down,
and
and we can still talk.
We'll
Hey,
talk to
Danny.
you guys later.